Right, you go down, pigs. Welcome to the last rights. Fuck knows what it is. I've no idea. Look underneath. That's it. We've got Brett Brock, Jamie Dykes. We're going to stick a link in the chat for Last Shot. We watched it last night. I have it right here. You're going to have to watch it yourself. We're going to watch it, but we'll probably chat as well because it's kind of a thing, right? We're probably going to talk over it a bit. And we're expecting perhaps Andy Andrist himself to be jumping in after we've watched it. So stick around. And we'll get into the chat with you guys as well. So let's get the man that's looking at his penis right now. It's Jamie Dykes, Welsh.
Welsh fact. Always looking at my penis.
The real Andy Andrist. I think I might rename myself in a minute as well. And of course, we have the Nash villain himself, the nastiest man in art.
Horrible.
Currently sober and very angry about it. It's Brett Brock.
Woo! Hello.
Hey, man.
Hello.
There we go. Let's
I
begin
can see
this
the
chat.
violence in his eyes.
We've got some people in here already. We got the fabulous Zoop Skillet. We got old Grumpy Mama, Kevin James. Is it the Kevin James? Anyway, welcome.
What up?
Make me famous like you made Rogan famous on that ride on tractor in that movie. Hey, Linda, nice to see you. Broken, yeah. There we go. I've seen about 100 names. You goddamn criminal. It's Melanie's in the house. That's me.
Melanie.
That's Kelly. We were talking about you. The reason we were late today, we were all here on time. We were just talking about you absolute filth pigs.
Disgusting. Absolute swine.
And if you all get bored, why not share the link to this online as well? Make sure everyone's subscribed and all that stuff as well. And like it. Give us a like and all that. Also, today, before we get going, I'm going to be plugging the hoodies that I make about a cent on. But fuck it, right? Look. TLR Oinker. Be an Oinker.
Beautiful.
The link for the last shot and merch is in the description. Click away, buy away. And if you're wondering about whether or not to resubscribe on Twitch another time, we'll talk about that later. Just fucking send it to my PayPal, nonepstein@gmail.com. Of course it is. I'm not Jeffrey Epstein. That's why.
Shame.
Buy me dinner when I connect through America on the way to Brazil at some point. Brett is sober. Carl is sober. We're judging Amy and Jamie today.
I got a couple of. I'm having a few beers. I'm not 100% well, so I'm having a couple.
Take it easy, my friend. Vid audio good. That's good to hear. Make sure everyone's liking that so you get on there. Sober as a judge, ready to go. That's Brett Brock. He's right here. So this is 1/3 of a drink of wine. I've got water, but I've put it in a beer glass that I stole from the bar over the road. It's a phenomenal Beavertown glass. If you don't know Beavertown, it's a London brewery. I suggest you check out the pale ales and all that stuff. Gamma Ray is my favourite. And I might even treat myself to a coffee. I was in the shower going, I've got to drink coffee. Because days like this makes me want to drink half a bottle of bourbon and split my skull open at about 11 p.m. But that will come. Maybe next month. We're going to do it again.
Good old days.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very, very much. And it's not for us, really. It is for me a bit, but also for Andy to keep getting his views up. He's almost up to a couple of thousand views today. I'm sure it's going to spin out of control when the Vietnamese factory workers at £800 gorilla have hired to click links for 1 second. Yeah. But let's hope they're engaged views and people actually turn out.
Woo! We've done enough for Andy Andrist.
Yeah, if he gets cancer again, I'm cutting him off.
Finished.
So, okay, we can talk about it when the special's going. I'm going to drop the link to you. All have the link anyway, right? You guys all have the link. Let me put that in the chat. It's also in the description. Last night was the first time I'd seen it. I didn't see it before. I'm just terrible at getting to stuff. But I put it on the fucking TV. I sat in the chat with you guys, and what a great chat it was last night. Over 100 in there at the end. Just phenomenal stuff. And there would have been more. But my half of us were in Brett Brock's chat at the same time. We were fucking multitasking. But it's very funny, very dark. Introduced by Doug Stanhope himself, of course. We're going to start in about, a few minutes.
Yeah.
We'll be done by about 7, and I've Andrist may appear sometime after that or sometime around then. So if he comes in early, you know what he's like. We'll bring him in early. He's got free reign. But yeah, I've got it all set up there.
As always.
2 seconds. I'm 2 seconds in. We haven't got to be in the exact fucking time. If someone gets an advert, we'll live with it. We'll live with it. And we're going to talk over it and ruin everything anyway. Zoop, how's it going? No cig, coffee, or beer. You're fucking straight edge. There we go.
Nice. Is he cutting out coffee as well? Did I hear that right?
Yeah, no cigarettes, coffee,
Oh.
or beer.
Shit, son. Just beer and
straight
vaping.
straight as a fucking arrow.
You mean Hawkeye's arrow from the Avengers after he takes his leg off? Oh.
Well, yeah, he hasn't got a leg anymore, is he? We've heard rumours that Hawkeye's going to be losing his leg. But
Jeremy Renner,
big shame.
baby.
And it turns out, wasn't it a family member who got stuck in the snow? So we got his snowplow out and had a horrific fucking accident. Didn't it? I think
it was.
I think he got off it and he didn't. Whatever reason, it fucking started moving and ran over him. That's what I think happened. And they're big fucking machines, right? Those cat.
Yeah, fucking huge. He had like a blunt force trauma to the chest as well.
Oh, he's lucky to be alive. So, and let's face it, I'm sure Disney will buy him the best prosthetic you can get. What you should get is an Iron Man leg. That's what I think.
I was just gonna say,
Iron Man prosthetic.
Yeah.
And just you could probably get a spin-off TV show about it. Iron.
Legless Hawkeye.
Brock, how is the how are you finding the 2 weeks of sobriety? How's it going?
I can do it standing on my head. It's no problem. It's just
there we go.
It's. I was telling you guys earlier. I've just switched to kind of candy bars. I get those little fun size candy bars, but I go through 10 of them a day, and I drink 2 pots of coffee a day and tons of water. It's no problem. And then, also like next week, I'll probably switch to salads and healthier stuff, and there won't even be any sugar after that. It's no
when
problem.
you come off it, you got to switch to something else at first to ease the landing, right? Whether it's Haribo or fucking I've been on the donuts, and I'll see how we go.
Because when I cut myself off booze, just immediately beer specifically, because you get those false carbohydrates, it breaks down into sugar. Yeah. So when it's just gone, you suddenly start having these cravings for pasta and ice cream. Yeah, and that's it. I do. I can only speak for me. I can't speak for everybody.
Yeah, it's a good rest. I'm not really doing the whole. If because Shannon's coming up here next weekend, I think if it ends up that we're going out for a curry and I have a beer, I might have a drink next weekend. I'm not really doing just the month, but in general, I'm kicking it back for a bit and see how it goes. There are going to be nights. There are going to be fucking nights where I'm on here with a box of wine and a bottle of bourbon, crying. I fucking guarantee it, guys. Don't worry.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, I love drinking beer to excess. I love it, and I don't feel guilty. The only thing I feel guilty about is how much money I've spent on booze over the years. That's it. That's
I could have fucking huge.
I mean,
like if I get shit faced and make an ass out of myself, okay, I don't get hammered I never set out like I'm going to get hammered tonight. I've never said that. It's like it just happens. And, I'm having a good time, and that's it.
Because when I've been out, you go out in the piss, and I never go out with the intention of thinking I'm going to get fucking shit faced. But I've been out with people whose intention is to get completely wasted, and they literally within an hour or two just fucking chucking down pints and stuff, and they are fucking mangled. It's like you set yourself a goal.
I did it one night in December. Sometimes I'll make a mistake. I'll make a miscalculation and accidentally drink 12 pints very quickly. But there we go. It's all good. Suaro. No, I'm going to say it like I say it. Suaro is in the goddamn chat. Kevin James has been hit by a car.
Hi, Suaro.
Bagel cream. Make yourself eat.
Nice.
Napo,
this is not live. You are not here. You are not in the chat.
It doesn't exist. This is a Vietnamese Napo bot, by the way.
Simulation.
Don't take the bait.
We're gonna
exactly what it is.
Let's kick this off in a goddamn second. Then we're gonna stick on Andy's last shot. I don't know how it's gonna work with a comedy thing. I don't know. I'm gonna break some sort of law by having it in the background, but I'd like YouTube to come and stop me. Fuck it.
Laws are meant to be broken, baby.
Why don't you all in the chat queue it up now, and we'll stick it on in about 1 minute. 53 minutes of gloriousness. We'll chill out. We'll chat a bit. We'll talk bollocks. We'll talk about Andy's shirt and why it opens and closes at random times, like they had a bad continuity manager, or Chad Shank was creeping up behind him and doing it up when the shot was on the wall. or something. You know, we could talk about that stuff. It was very interesting.
And the white knuckle tension on the mic stand. It's brilliant.
Listen, while you're in the grocery store, there we go. Well, listen, when you think of us, when you look at those big, as you call them, eggplants, right? Just think of us three.
Eggplant.
Not when you see the small chipolatas in the refrigerator, the big swinging groceries. Right, well, I'm going to press play. Whatever, should we press play?
Go on. 3, 2, 1.
It's not Predator, is it?
Nah.
But nothing is.
Can you hear that much coming through the mic?
Can't hear yours. Not even Predator is Predator.
It's a great intro.
Brilliant intro. Like if Hunter S. Thompson had a mental illness.
America is mental. Correct.
What are you talking about? Everything's fine.
What band is this?
Huh?
I can't remember.
What band is this?
They give credit at the end. I can't remember.
I'll find it in a minute. I'm just going to do some Instagramming that I always neglect for this.
Oh. Boom. Can you guys hear me okay?
Absolutely fine for me.
Cool.
Guys, keep the chat going. We'll check in on it. I'm just updating some links to my Instagram, so I'm just out of Mentalist in a minute.
The fun house. We'll call it a speakeasy, but a lot of people find out where it is and show up against my will. So it's not that secret. Thank you for being here.
It's so funny, that stage, it's that big. I mean, it's not even a stage. You've got enough.
It's in his kitchen almost, his front room.
Well, I mean, it's in the fun house, but I mean, that stage, you can barely put your feet on it. You can't walk around. There's you take one step, you're off.
The magic of cinema.
Yeah, it's just a ledge, a tiny one at that.
Provenza did a good job, man.
He did. And there's one shot where it comes up. It's like a diagonal shot of the fun house. It's just a great shot.
I know you say that. And the only reason I'm allowing him.
Told Paul about it. They didn't use it.
Looks great with the neon on the side as well, you know, where they get their shot on the wall. It's great.
But Chris Castles had the camera, and I don't think he meant to do it, but it was just a fantastic diagonal shot.
The dumb it down for the masses intro is better.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
Incredible. Absolutely beautiful intro. She was asking for it.
She's asking for it.
I had a pretty good day. I got to shoot guns today. It's a very American day.
It's got like white knuckle tension, right? When he's grabbing that fucking stand, it's like.
Not for the second show after all the coke flows.
Yeah.
So I take it that they're the shots with the open shirt then, the coke show.
Yeah.
That's those edits.
It was also stressful, but it was also. I'm not doing comedy anymore. It's not worth it. People are toxic, and it's just fuck it. You don't want to talk to them after the shows, or So getting out, getting into, going to be a self-help guru. I can't make people laugh in the Midwest.
but I can tell them what's wrong with them. And try to get money for my knowledge. And there's some fat fucks out there, and the Bible Belt as well. And people are just toxic, and they need the secret of this. Remember, a white man showed up and we killed all them Indians? We should have talked to them about some stuff first and got some tips from them, because they used to send their young men out on a vision quest, they call it, and they would go out in 4 days out in the woods, and eventually, if you're out in the woods that long, you're going to jerk off. And that's what they did. They just sent the horny teens out there, and they walked around, and then eventually, they either killed something or they jerked off, one or the other, but they weren't allowed back in the tribe until they made an effort. And that's the problem we got going here, is everybody's fucking toxic, and they want to keep fucking, and we can't.
You can hear Carl's TV, I think.
Fuck, but learn to do it better. Please. No more fucking.
YouTube are right cunts if they find that with their algorithm, though, aren't they? A low down fucking bit of volume in the background. Yeah, you don't have to watch it. We're just going to stick it on, and it's all just to get some clicks as well. Or stick it on mute, Broken. Therapiest.
I was a toxic, I'm toxic. Everybody's toxic, I'm an angry white man. But I don't want to be lumped in with all the other angry white men, so I'm toning it down a notch, and they should too. All these fucking Nazis worried about the Jews replacing them. What the fuck, man? Go out and jack off. I don't even think you have jobs, do you? What would the Jews be doing to replace you? Mowing your mom's lawn?
That's great. That the Jew jobs is great, so.
People are fucking toxic. You go out and you toss one into the turf. I get up early because I don't like people, and I go out and I get up early and I jack off on the beach or whatever strikes my fancy. Really, but I wouldn't be telling you this, but the planet, everybody's so toxic. Dudes are fucking raping and shit. And I just think that
I can hear this better than I could last night, because last night I kept Brett's volume up. I had the chat on my laptop and I had this TV up. I was trying to switch in between three things.
I had a lot of downtime on my stream because I was trying to focus on a million things that I was doing on that iPad. That's pretty quiet last night.
Procreate looks great though. Looks phenomenal.
Procreate's awesome. It does way more than I can do.
I didn't realize you did the cover for this until I saw it on your iPad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have realized.
Oh, you done the cover?
Yeah.
Shit, didn't know.
Yeah, I did.
I don't know why I didn't think like of a cartoonish of a of a comic that we know.
I've been loving your Reservoir Dogs alternative cartoon strip.
Thanks. I've got one more page. The last page will drop tomorrow on Sunday stream.
I was watching the one where Vince Vega walks in. It's like, oh, you still doing that thing, And I thought, is this in fucking Reservoir Dogs? And I was like, oh shit, okay, it's his own alternate version. It's good. I like it.
Just fiddle it around.
Yeah, because we've all wanted the Vega Brothers movie.
Yeah, that'd been awesome.
They could still do it. See, obviously they couldn't use Madsen and Travolta, but they could.
Tarantino won't really.
No, he could. I mean, he could write it or something. Be a good Netflix show, wouldn't it? Like a
10-part awesome
series.
Well, he has written a show, so hopefully in the next couple of years we'll see that. Yeah, I'll bring it up.
Thanks, Sawara. I pitched 3 album covers. They were kind of like Blue Note style, jazzy type covers to Provenza, but they didn't bite.
Great cover.
Bring that up right now. Bring it up right now.
And I just got to go rent a truck in a Home Depot right around the corner. I called this truck there with that drop handle.
I did that. I did the art to that coffee cup he's holding as well.
Nice. That's the
That's
Stanhope
cool.
merch, right?
Yeah.
Guys got the wood. Got an hour with that truck. It's cool. I'm happy.
When the world ends, it's just going to be Brock merch and cockroaches, just like scattered on the place.
When he burns down his house properly, it's all that's going to be left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was there before me. You know, I wasn't going, oh, he's Asian. I knew what he was. And it didn't matter to me. As a white man, he should be. You know, but because he's Asian, I couldn't get.
But all Stanhope's suits were like pristine when they after the fire. There was no damage to them whatsoever. It's like when Randy Rhoads died in that fucking airplane crash, and they found the Gibson T-shirt like unscathed to his fucking.
The fire was in the attic, but it's just the water damage as well, because I think that's what they covered it for.
Yeah.
Because you're getting, they'll just cake the whole fucking thing in water, right?
And then I see people scattering. Oh, man, I've been angry a long time. This is not fueled by the internet or radio. This is real anger I've had, motherfuckers. Fuck corporations. We're running out of water. You know who's fighting?
Village.
Fucking 12 house cooking people.
Oh, shit.
Siphoning off river water, collected it. Fucking 12 house cookies. You can't trust these people. What are they going to do next? Try to corner the pussy monkeys? When I was a kid, 76, I think it was, we had a teacher that was really into the environment. We had all that woodsy owl shit. You guys see that shit? The woodsy owl shit is pretty good. Give a fucking hoot.
It definitely works better with movies, guys, but I thought we'd just do this tonight just to get some more fucking eyes on it.
Yeah.
Even if it's 3 more. So shirt's buttoned. Remember, shirt's buttoned right now. Keep your eye. If you're drinking at home, take a shot when you notice the shirt change. Oh, I see the design now. I've seen that one, Brock. Yeah, you did that. It's nice.
Yeah, it's. I'm trying to find something else for you.
Yeah, send anything over. I can bring it up.
I won't send it over. I'll just set it in my background if I can find it.
So if you don't already, follow Husky Boyo everywhere as well. Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. And you'll see him draw much more shit than these covers. The Andrist cover, all that. Draws everyone. Currently working on a Tarantino mashup.
From dusk till dawn in a couple of weeks, we'll do.
Sweet.
We'll get that set up and in the diary.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is bullshit. What the deuce? Cancel.
Just enough. Took all them gigs, and she's like, "Oh, this is gonna be great." You know, Hollywood's wonderful. Can't wait to see what happens next. And then they started drilling her. You know, And it was great for a while. You know, it's like everybody was happy and everybody got what they needed. Because they started getting greedy and they kept hyping her, and she's like, you can see the look in her eye that, started fading a little bit. You know that look. You guys get the internet.
I think I'm high from those donuts. I ate them so as soon as I got in from the run, I just smashed some donuts in. I fucking spit it.
Yeah, you got endorphins going from the jog, and then you've also got the fucking sugar rush kicking in. Oh, Dean.
Cheeky 4 miles.
What donuts you get? Do you get jam filled, or do you just do like ring donuts?
Chocolate iced ring.
Oh.
Like a fucking big anus. I was like,
Michael Jackson's favorite ones.
They like white boys too. You like white boys? I'll check, Zoop. I'll check. Yeah, make those trips, Husky. I mean, Broken.
What?
No, sorry, I was talking to Broken. I said Husky instead of Broken, but he said he's going to make a short trip to link up with Husky. Yeah, it'll be a great time. I was going to check. Well, things always look bigger on film anyway, especially rooms. I've been in some rooms that have had filming in, like, for whatever movies or comedy, and you look at it and you think, fucking hell, man. That's way smaller than I thought it was. Obviously, this is someone's house, so it's done well enough that it looks like a small club, though. It does look like a comedy club.
Yeah, it does.
If you didn't know, you wouldn't know. I think it's like a Chuckle Hut in fucking Denver or something.
The old Chuckle Hut.
Yeah, dark, black walls, bit of neon, spotlight, fucking background.
What do you need
for a comedy club, right? But you see some that are all fucking glittery and they've got laser shows and they're too bright. You go in, it's like being in a fridge. It should be dark. No, there's a few likes in there, Zoop. I think it's probably because it's not refreshed. So thanks for everyone that is liking and sharing and all that stuff as well. And hopefully everyone that it'll get to that isn't normally watching, just click the last shot link and watch that as well. It's all in the description. Babies. That sounded like I was Chris D'Elia there. Sorry. I called you babies. Hey, babies. Here's my comedy for 13-year-old girls.
Underage sex chats.
I need to get the audio of this and have it on my phone when I'm walking around. Be nice to have it.
Yeah, you can get it on Spotify. Amazon Music, Spotify.
It is on Spotify, yeah. They took Dumb It Down to the Masses off of Spotify, didn't they, I think? Or it disappeared for a while. Okay, the shirt, is that the shirt open or is it still buttoned or is it just more relaxed? Okay, it's just a relaxed open shirt, right? Yeah. Definitely opens up at some point. And if you're at home as well, take a shot every time you can hear someone you know laugh, whether it's Stanhope or whoever. I wish I was drinking with you guys.
Can I be on your special?
And if you're not sure what's going on, guys, we're watching Andy Andrist, The Last Shot. We are about 20 minutes in, so fucking dig in, queue it up. Links in the description. Stop being a prick. And we may hear from Andrist himself sometime in the second hour, so stick around.
Background sucks.
Babies. I can't stop saying it now.
Nice background.
That's a great background.
Nice.
That's the one there's more to it, but I pitched it as an album cover, and
okay.
The background isn't showing up. It's not extending to the text.
Dope.
They don't like the gay community. They're against the LGBT community. They don't like them. They try that, oh, it's unnatural. They try to deny transgender people from using toilets. How can you deny anybody?
I treat myself to a coffee.
Nice.
Oh, dirty bastard. This is wild, isn't it? Wild.
Yeah, I think from what I remember last night, the bits were just getting better and better and more dark.
Yeah.
And such.
Yeah. You want to turn the tide, you get the Christians behind you. Oh, they were going, oh, that's some unnatural shit they do.
I don't need this. It's going to send me over the edge, but I'm drinking it.
Oh, you deserve it.
You deserve a lot of things.
Deserve your 40-year-old podathon.
It's going to confuse me when Andrist comes up. I might not see him because we've got his picture there behind Brock. There's shit over there. There's pictures up here. He's on the TV, and then his little face will pop up down there. I'll be honest, it's just a poster.
He doesn't. Not one dime we receive from him. Not one dime. I'm getting some chocolate.
I'm gonna get another water.
Sandusky.
I've done Brett Black and not Brett Brock again. I'm gonna get another water.
I'll be right back.
Fixing my water before the white man comes. I don't care. I don't care what you think about that accent. I did it.
And then they say, is this breaking incest? And still do that. Now, every baby's a miracle. I think that rape baby's a miracle too. Because, like Christian couples try to have babies sometimes. They get in the missionary position and lock into each other.
This is the rape baby section.
Yeah.
Rape baby. They go to a doctor and it costs them thousands of dollars per load. They aim it right at the target when it's right.
Yeah, that's what it's for, Zoop.
Sometimes take.
So kickstart the day with a coffee. If it's giving you unnatural squits, then you probably should cut off it. But yeah, it gets things moving.
I always think it's funny when people go, "Hey man, shit doesn't happen overnight." Really? Because after I eat and then go to bed, and then get up and have a couple sips of my first cup of coffee, and I have a huge dump. Literally, shit happens overnight. It's ready to go. It's
the caffeine and the
True.
warmth as well, warm liquids.
That
to
is
it.
true.
Shit is literally happening in my guts overnight.
True story.
I don't shit as regularly as early as I used to, but I do like it when I get up and you just hammering it.
Let's start your day.
We'll see how we are after a couple of hours, but this is teaching me that podcasting together whilst not drinking, it's okay. It's going to be okay.
As far as all things comedy goes, Broken, you may want to talk to Andy when he comes on, because he and Bill Burr butted heads one time.
Hasn't something happened with that as well?
All things comedy or Bill Burr?
All things comedy, because I think Kreischer might have pulled out of it as well, because he was part of it.
I don't know.
Because that Something's Burning used to be on there and now it's not. So I think it's basically not going away, but it's not what it was. Because I think it was Al Madrigal, Bill Burr, and Kreischer was like Kreischer put money in, but the other two ran it, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, it started out being Burr and Madrigal. But yeah, it's get Burr kind of screwed over Andy. And
right.
Andy doesn't care for Burr much. But that's his story to tell.
Shit.
Tripolis was on there for a while because he was using their studio for his conspiracy podcast, right?
Yeah, well, that was. I'm pretty sure that's right.
Yeah,
he was doing it down the basement of the Comedy Store back when Erickson was doing all the editing and sound stuff downstairs.
I need to catch up on some of the Comedy Store podcasts. It's Rick Ingram and Alan McCarrigan. It's kind of samey quite a lot, but it is very funny. And Rick Ingram does not give a fuck what he says. He is openly slagged off comics like Eliza, who's a massive comic at the store.
Oh, Broken, definitely bring it up. I mean, Andy will tell it.
Yeah, if you want to bring it up, I'll bring it up on screen, Broken. I don't even need to say anything. We can talk. Well, we probably shouldn't talk about the current platform, while it's out. We'll let it fade into the distance, and then it's a good time to talk about that. Because when the likes of like Normand and everyone couldn't get their specials on any platform, when they put their own stuff out, it got so popular. I think Netflix have now given Normand a special out of it and Sam Morril because they thought, oh shit, people are watching it and we're going to look a bit stupid.
Because like Shane Gillis, Mark Norman, I mean, those guys are great.
Yeah, List, Gillis, Norman, Morril, they've all been putting their own shit out now.
Yeah.
Got a Scouse comic over here called Adam Rowe. I've only seen him open for Burr. I haven't really seen any of his stuff. He's got quite a big podcast, and he had Stanhope on actually, but he's just put his special out on YouTube. That's the first British comic to do it, I think. He's got quite a good following now.
If you get the money together to do your own, you're laughing. If you know you've got a fan base that will literally watch it and follow it and share it.
Because it doesn't, you can do them on the cheap now. It doesn't, if you can just get some good cameras, some good lighting, you just get a good sound, man.
Yeah.
And just do it this is in a fucking tiny room. You can do it in a shed. Doesn't matter. But then you got to get eyes on it, right?
Hopefully you get the funding in place so that way that it doesn't take a year to edit the shit. You can get all get it out.
Yeah, because if you've got to pay for a real editor and like a color grader and shit like that, that's expensive. That's where a lot of the money is. But if you can find those guys, the cameras are getting better and better every fucking year as well, to be honest.
Ang Lee, he directed a couple movies, but he went out and purchased a bunch of iPhones, and then when he's done with his movie, he just turned them back in.
Nice.
Yeah, iPhones, GoPros now, you can get some great footage on this stuff. In low light.
Yeah.
You don't need to have fucking £20,000 red cameras. It looks fucking great if you do get them. They look great, but you don't need them. I think the sound's one of the most important things, especially with comedy.
Yeah.
If you don't get the sound right, if it sounds shitty or it sounds like you're not in the room.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a podcast. Audio's nothing if you can't hear anything.
Yeah.
Or visuals are nothing if you can't hear anything.
Only 30 minutes in, guys. Good hang, good going.
Not even stealing. So I took the film this guy kind of in a container, and it turned out it was.
Yeah, I've seen dozens of comics that I'll never remember their name. Dozens, and I'll remember that, and I haven't written it down. I lost all of my notes off my old phone in there, and in there were tons of comics that I saw, all kinds of levels. That's one thing I deleted off my phone, and I'm fucking angry about it. All the notes from these drinkathons as well.
Yeah. Notes. Fucking hieroglyphics now half the time.
Like a Nazi salute in my pants. And all these girls like, you want to hear this? No, as I fucking rolled, I had a Metro pass. It was in Washington, D.C. I jumped on the train.
As soon as this is done, guys, we'll get deep down and in the murky fucking waters and start talking some absolute fucking horror for you. And then hopefully Andrist will drop in.
Stinking filth.
Yeah. That means Saturday's probably recording IWA as well, so if he gives us 10 minutes, great. If he wants to stay longer, great. He's generous for saying yes when I asked him an hour before.
I dropped him a message on Twitter before Christmas about jumping on my pod, and he said he had COVID.
Yeah, he was sick, wasn't he?
He was ill, yeah.
He's probably on FaceTime with Annie Lederman every day then. They've become best mates.
They do have something cooking together.
I know she paid for his hotel room, and that is public for Vegas. Because he went in, he actually used Instagram Live. I'm like, fucking hell, Andy, this is wild stuff. Yeah, I think he's going to get. We'll talk to him about it. I think he's going to be coming into the world, which would be nice. I think Billy Wayne Davis said last night they got some gigs together coming up.
If Andy writes new material.
If Andy what?
Writes new material.
Oh. I'm sure he will. He just when we spoke to him like 3 or 4 months ago, he just still wasn't in the mood. But he seems to be.
Hopefully, he'll have this as some steam get the ball.
Steam behind this, excited about it. He's getting a good reaction, and he seems to be wanting to do stuff. So,
this is blowing up for him, I think now.
If you got any kind of love in the world at all, fucking use it. Use it before it disappears, right? Use it before your fans die. And there's a lot of people that are like, Lederman's got a big fucking following. I'm sure she'll.
I'm not making tourists in that, but I was in the States, and I didn't go to see because
I'm going to get the audio from when I'm traveling. I think I'm going to go back to listening to comedy on audio. I think it's something different. Because I used to, when I was a kid and stuff, I listened to fucking tapes or whatever, CDs. And I can get through more then because you're not all, you don't have to sit down and watch it. You can just fucking stick it in while you're walking around or on a plane or whatnot.
Yeah, I agree.
I know you miss some of it, but if the jokes are good, then just listening will get most of it across. I love that neon. I'm fucking. There's a bar around the corner called Blues House and Kitchen. They have live music every night, and all it's dark. It's got neon, and they sell hot wings. I'm fucking going. I don't need much. Just give me a bit of neon and some food, and I'm in. Eventually, I'll have one in the background of the podcast and something neon.
Cool. Yeah, that's why I want to get something fucking made up.
Just get like a TLR or something. Pink.
I've never priced neon. How much does that shit cost?
It's not cheap. It's not cheap, but you can get. I don't know. I'll have a look now. Actually, I can't remember off the top of my head. But I guess you get cheap versions and better versions. So, let me have a look here. You can get a custom sign over here for about $50. So it's about $60. I think if you get the real bespoke designs and stuff, they'll cost you more. But I
probably pay more. The more wording you want on there, you probably got to pay more for that as well. So
yeah, and the quality TLR, as well, because you could get a cheap one and it could fucking die. Probably anywhere between 50 and a few hundreds, a couple of hundred.
Yeah. But if you had one that said the Last Rights podcast, it cost you a lot more. If it's something that's going to
last for years, I'd pay a couple of hundred, whatever, just see what it is. I'll save for it. Yeah, I can hear it's probably mine as well coming through. This isn't enough for those to come after me for that. And that's too small and at a weird enough angle for them to come after me as well. But I'm sure a bunch of them are made in fucking Taiwan, though. By slaves. So that'll be the $40 ones.
Yeah. I just Googled it a couple of years ago. Custom neon signs. You could just customize your own and just take a screenshot of it, so you've got an idea, and try and find somewhere who's cheaper to do it as well.
There's a website called customneon.co.uk. I think that might be the one.
Might be the one, yeah. I just customized one. I just took a screenshot of it. I think I chucked it up on my my profile pic a couple of years ago.
Here we go. They've got a USA store as well, Custom Neon. Now these are a couple of these are a couple of hundred. So that's like one.
She comes with it as well, mine, for free.
The what?
You can, if you buy a neon sign, she comes with it for free.
Oh, good. You suck your dick. I'll go over 12% for that.
Call back to Reservoir Dogs.
So this is 300, but that looks cool, and it'd probably last for years. Stick it in the background. Yeah. I'd pay a couple of hundred or something like that, But I'd probably start.
Yeah, the Tim Dillon one was good with the palm tree.
Yeah, that's by the same guy that did the Rogan one, I think.
Ah, that's right. I remember you saying, yeah.
That hello there is Batman Returns, where she smashes it, so it's hell here. Catwoman. Girls. I I don't know if you have it there, Brock, but over here there's a real trend for bars and restaurants to have like fake greenery with neon signs in it saying "Be your best self," and all the ladies constantly taking selfies with the angel wings, all that shit.
Oh, we've got all those fucking wings here in Nashville. We, to be honest, there's so many of them on every wall here. I just assumed that we were the only place that did it. And
Yeah, it's
all
now
it is.
come to the UK.
Yeah,
Be the best you can be. Ah, shit.
Yeah, like this stuff. Good vibes only. I've seen this exact one.
Yeah. Eat, laugh, love, get fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I have a bar, it's just going to say "suck my balls."
Yeah. Especially go down Broadway on Friday or Saturday night. You always see some girl from Minnesota go, balls on her breath. I'm so sorry. I made a mistake.
Yeah.
Nothing but bachelorette parties here.
Hell yes.
Well, I'll see Nashville for myself soon.
I identify as all religions.
I am unaffiliated.
A Jedi in previous senses. Because we tried to get Jedi an approved religion over here a few years ago.
Yeah.
Probably about 20 years ago. If you get like so many thousand, it can go up for debate, but it's got turned down every time.
I mean, who wouldn't want to be I'm part of the Jedi Council.
Imagine that. Like
we meet quorum. We give we tithe 10%.
Yeah.
It's basically kind of Buddhist with swords, right?
Yeah.
Just fucking let's take a moment. Mass casualty shooting class up. Anyway.
Yeah, once I've moved that other room round, I'm going to start building up the background a bit. I'm going to get something that I can move over and like a big fucking thing. Piece of board that will have like some neon and some all of our merch, hack on it, shit. Some neon. That's my plan.
Fucking A.
I think that'd be pretty slick to have like a showcase behind me or something to promote everybody on Twitch and everybody we hang out with.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna get Caitlin to stitch a fucking something or other. I think she said just stitch me and go fuck your mother.
This is going to be in the back. It's just going to be shelves, and with our little ukuleles, I got to get a nice canvas. I think like a fucking cool Keith Richards canvas or something. Just a lot of color in there.
Yeah, I really want. I had a couple of canvases years ago, but they got binned. But I always wanted some movie stuff. Like there was a Goodfellas one that I wanted, and just have some big movie ones around the room as well. Some classics. I'd focus on De Niro's mole when I wake up. Fucking.
Mole, 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 mole.
Here's a corner once you have to go down the sewer and have a rat gnaw that thing off your face. Talking to me.
I don't want to know a 6-year-old that's not a dreamer.
Closer.
I hate that they didn't make that show. I think that'd been great.
It would have been a fucking icing on the cake, man.
Yeah.
I don't like writing stuff or preparing.
So this table is
Jeff Beck.
Yeah. Yeah, this table is about that big. It's literally the laptop, a light, and you can knock everything off. So I want to do something else table-wise eventually as well. But Jamie will be sat here for the in-person on these sofas.
Great. I'm looking forward to it. Shall I bring my mic as well?
I think the way we do that, one of them will be okay because I've got this one. I think we can just stick it in the middle. But yeah, maybe bring it up, stick it in a bag, test some stuff.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't weigh fuck all. I'll bring it up anyway, see what we can do.
In a future iteration, I'm going to have another mixer with proper fucking mics clamped to these little tables. So it's going to start to evolve for in-person stuff. Look a bit more professional. Pre-records with 4K cameras and good lighting and all that shit.
We need, brother.
Like stuff like that concrete podcast looks so good. It looks so professional. I'd like to do something like that. Well, Andrist is in the background, so
Yeah, there he is.
seems a bit rude. That's right, I gave you access so you can see him there.
And bring him on in.
Might as well bring him on in. It's going to be a bit meta, isn't it?
Wait. There he is.
Hey,
man.
could you guys email me the link? I don't have Twitter on my phone or my computer.
I'll email it now. Do you want me to take you out?
Okay. I'll look for it.
See you in a sec. Sorry to cut you off.
You just kicked him out.
Yeah. What does he think this is? His fucking party?
Now he's taking liberties, man.
I think I've still got his email. I forgot, actually. He has hearts for this every time.
Yeah, take a
But he
piss.
likes it to be emailed. Good timing, actually.
Yeah, right at the end. Perfect.
I'll kill out, because Doug does an outro, right?
Perfect segue into the man himself.
Right, you piece of shit. Everyone share this now. Let people know that Andrist is here. I'll do the same.
And I was like, I'm going to Springfield. He's I'm in Springfield. And I'm headed to the Best Brothers kiosk in Springfield. He says, I'm there. Right, we're connected. Okay, I'll be 30 seconds away,
Yeah, this is definitely hard to do with comedy, but, we did it. We got people watching it. We're watching it. Got the man coming in.
Open the window and show him a couple of pisses. He's like, he starts kind of giggling, like he's very happy. I assume he was very happy. I've never really made anyone happy.
Yeah, I've got to start sharing the Facebook publicly. I don't really, because, more embarrassment of my family. I don't want my family coming into the fucking chat.
Yeah, that's what I was going to get. And he gave me his ice poker, I guess. guess that was his plan B. You know, if you're gonna ruin a shirt, nothing stains it more than junk or piss. So he gave me the polka, and I gave him the piss.
Thanks, guys. I don't know if Chrissy or Kat are around. You know how it is.
Ladies. Fuck, it's cold.
I think I sent it to the right. There we go. We can get rid of that open mic at Stanhope, whatever his fucking name is. We did it. We did it.
Did it.
Nice. Perfect.
My other earphone in here. Perfect timing. Andrist will be along shortly. I have emailed him the link. It went to the only Andrist I have in my email. It must be the right email. I'm sure he hasn't gone all rogue on us and changed his email. You know, when he gets big time next year, he might do that.
Yeah, I didn't even know who these guys are. Click, 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 click.
Get Cat Martin off those motherfucking cocktails. She was well enough to come in last night, the goddamn pig.
Right.
Oh. She's still making great drinks. She's still making great drinks. Every so often you see a little picture of the cocktail.
Oh, who's this? Katrina?
Katrina, yeah. Katrina Pavlova, the Russian Martinka. Katrina Martinka.
Yeah.
Smell my pussy.
Yeah.
I don't know why a catchphrase would have been. Smell the pussy. This is what you call the hunt for Red October.
Yeah. Let me show you what real Ukrainian people look like.
I don't know why I was talking about a big Russian pussy, but I was. So sorry, Kat, if you do want us back. I didn't mean it.
He did.
And did that not work?
No. But it came across like just says download message and pictures, and it's not downloading. And it showed up in the spam folder. Fucking links, man. I can hear you guys better now, so I'm just gonna throw the twist the computer aside. Cool. Go fucking commando, I guess.
How's it going, baby?
Well,
it's going good.
Good-ish. Good night last night. Good turnout for the last shot.
Yeah, I guess. I didn't really know how to gauge that. Like, what the company, if the company's expecting 1,500 and I got 100, then it's not as much of a turnout or whatever. But yeah, it was fun. I thought it was a good turnout and enjoyed the chat. Got bounced in and out of YouTube a couple times while I was in the chat to stare at ads that I was stuck with. And they sent me a thing saying my special would be tough to monetize because it's undesirable to most advertisers. So getting interrupted while I'm watching that by advertisers is kind of fucking upsetting.
Yeah. Well, you want to chase that up and see what kind of money's going into that then, but they
I didn't really think that it would. I don't know. I didn't think about, okay, well, it's going to be on YouTube. I'll start getting checks. But they sent me an email telling me that I wasn't going to get any money, or, it would be tough to make money on it or whatever. And then I was like bummed out.
Are you happy with the amount of promotion that 800-pound gorilla gave you? And by that, I mean none. They put out like one Instagram post, one Twitter.
They did stuff the day of or a couple days before that would have been more useful for me if they'd have done that from Wednesday, Thursday, whatever, So I kind of scrambled. That's why I thought, as I fucking get Brock on just to do the posters, because I knew I was going to be posting clips a lot. So I just wanted something to break up the monotony. And then when I saw the clips, it's like, holy fuck, man. Could you start it on a bigger fucking face? Like the clip. I could, I mean, I don't mind posting the clips because they were short, but I got to stare at my fucking large blown up face, and I just had a lot of trouble fucking. I don't do computers very well, and it just was aggravating to be. It was like I started a new job, and it was to promote myself, and I felt like I was
for no money.
Yeah, right. Yeah, an internship, and
You're an
swimming.
intern. You're an intern for yourself.
What's that?
You're an intern for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And so there's nobody to go, come on, man, get this fucking, it was just all on me. And then Chad Schenk backed me up on this. Is that I kept putting this link on that they told me, they sent me, and I go, man, it ain't working. Could you? And then they sent me them typing up everything, like I'm so if you were a fucking idiot, that's the directions they would give, and I followed those, and it wouldn't work. So I was getting fucking pissed off about that, for sure. And I took Chad saw what I was posting, and it's exactly what was above that worked. So anytime I would post it and it wouldn't work, I was doing it exactly the way they showed me. So I mean, and that's the kind of shit. And then I call the company, and they don't really want to fucking spend the time to teach. It's like I was an idiot, but I was actually doing it right. So I feel good that Chad Schenk, saw that I posted the correct link. It just wasn't working. So that's the kind of shit that you realize is out of your hands. But during it, I was fucking mad. God damn that. So we started issues with Andy's taping about a half hour after. I was just, have you ever tried to? I don't know. I mean, usually I can cry just easily, but I was like so frustrated. I just felt like an infant or a toddler at the store. I just fucking, and I wanted tears to just flow out of my face. And I was like, I'm kind of upset about this shit, but it's not going to make me cry.
I can have a tantrum still for sure. Do you think that if you do something else, you might be able to get together where you can put it through your own platform? I know it's ideal if someone nice comes in that can do the fucking work, but if you can't get that, would you put it out on your own thing and then have time to get an editor and some people to help you out and promotion? And
I mean, I learned from doing this, all mostly wrong, and it's kind of weird to put something out 3 years after it was done, and to go, to be all like excited about it and stuff. They would send emails saying, "Hey, we're all excited about this," and I'd say, "Yeah, I'm excited." It's like, come on, it's like we're both fucking lying here. We're both fucking lying.
Yeah,
I'm not.
We're both lying. Just hold me for one more day, and this will all be over.
Yeah.
They were so excited for it, they put out the just least amount of promotion. It's the bare minimum we can do.
Is that okay? I was like, fuck, that looks like Stanhope's sign.
Yep. It's if you remember when I was working on your poster and I was working through Provenza, and I wanted to do like a little jazzy Blue Note type album cover for you, and Provenza went, "No, we don't want that." So it ended up being the artwork. But I like that.
That's it. Yeah.
I like that diagonal from the fun house to you and the stage. I like that.
Yeah.
But you'll have to show us off air, Brett. That sounds fucking awesome, to be fair.
Yeah. So, I mean, mainly though, I guess on the promotion front, I'm hoping that Provenza will get his fucking movie, get the fucking finishing touches on it. And I had an idea for him of how we could close it after the movie ends. And I think we're going to do that. But, it's like Paul's, it's the idea is to do like a green room show with me. Stanhope wanted to do it. I asked Henry Phillips to do it. And then Annie Letterman would be the key because she's also been through the sex, she was hot and every teacher wanted to fuck her and half of them did.
Yeah.
But she's kind of in that not beginning, but in that phase where she's lashing out and hoping to get a little revenge and, at least put somebody on blast. So she sat and watched the movie that Paul has. And I liked it. I mean, I didn't sit in the room with it, but I liked what he had done with it. because there was a lot. The other versions of it just had too much. He tried to tell my story, and really the story he wants to tell is about me getting revenge on a pedophile and going to Florida to confront him, and that's the story. And when he got rid of all that other stuff, it moves along. So it's like I saw 3/4 of it, and I liked it. I mean, you know, and I especially liked watching, you know, Annie, who I respect and enjoy hanging out with, how she responded to it, and then what she had to say about it. So it kind of renewed my energies on, okay, this thing will be fucking cool when it comes out, and I got to get this fucking thing completed, and it's sort of out of my hands, but I can help, you know, get the ball rolling on that backyard show in LA. Provenza's got the space, and he wants to do it in the backyard, so we have to wait till maybe March or April for the weather to warm up and the fucking rain to recede, the flooding. See what's left of LA at that point. But so that's the you know, kind of the plan. And I guess I want to do comedy again. I mean, it's like a fucking, I don't know. I didn't think I really was going to think about, you know, was going to end up there, but I do feel like, you know, if for no other reason, just to kind of reclaim the life that I had before COVID and cancer and COVID. Well, I didn't have COVID before, but the pandemic and then, you know, the cancer and my COVID that I had wasn't really that big of a deal. But just like, you know, years ago.
You lost a year though, really, right? At least a year from that, you know,
shit. I mean, when I did that taping, it was October, I think it was around October. And then I just, you know, it's like I didn't have any gigs booked. I didn't want to jump on any shows. I didn't want to book gigs. And then, so, cause it was like all the material I was working on, and I really didn't get it. I wanted to be on the road a month or more to really hone that. And I really didn't get that opportunity. So I was kind of like, you know, just kind of getting by with the bare minimum of stage time to see if this material was material, you know, some of it I'd used, you know, before, but it wasn't ideal that way. Now I kind of just want to get out on the road, have fun, work on a new act. You know.
Nice. That's gonna make a lot of people so fucking happy, right, to hear that fucking news. It's great.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be easy in a way, because I think Billy Wayne Davis has offered to have me work with him, or, you know, we'll work together. And that would be kind of cool, because Billy's got he's on the road all the time as much as possible, and he has a big following, and it'd be, you know, like Stanhope, I could go open for him if he used openers anymore or paid, you know, wanted me to, but it's kind of like, to me, it's like shooting fish in a barrel opening for Doug, because his crowd already likes me, and I could get up there and shit my pants, and they'd give me a round of applause. So, like, you know, getting out on the road with Billy, it'll be kind of a challenge for me to, you know,
that's good. Challenge yourself, because like you stick with Stanhope, you know what you're gonna get, but if you go with Billy Wayne on a tour, you're not gonna know what's gonna come your way. So
and then maybe some Annie Letterman. I mean, Annie's got a huge audience, and I don't know what the fuck they'd make of me, but she's, you know, she wanted me to open for her on a couple of things, but I'll tell you, I'm easing into it, and really I want to, you know, get myself into the flow of it, so when I do 15 minutes in Paul Provenza's backyard, I'll be on point. And that, you know, and that puts a wrap on this, you know, the movie, which, you know, I feel like it's a way bigger thing than, you know, putting out a 3-year-old comedy thing on YouTube. No offense.
I think you'll be good with Letterman's crowd. She's funny. She's dark. She's, you know, she's so fast and funny, and she is dark as well. There's a lot of darkness in there, so I'm sure you'll be fine.
Right.
It's a different crowd though. It's a different energy, I guess, as well, isn't it?
Yeah, but it'll be like the Foo Fighters taking Sabbath on tour, right? You know, you know the fucking they're gonna love it, right? They're there for the Foo Fighters, but they're gonna watch Sabbath as an opening. You're gonna be the Black Sabbath to the Foo Fighters opening gig, right? It's gonna work. It's gonna be great. Yeah, you're Aussie. Yeah,
older Sabbath or the new Sabbath.
Yeah, especially if you go on her show a few times, her podcast and stuff, her audience will know you a few times, and that they'll be more into it. So
yeah,
it'll work out, man.
yeah. I mean, she's we started doing our own version of what Stanhope had this desert party a decade ago or more, and we started up our own version of it. And it's Brett Erickson who no showed this year, but he brought Sandro. I can't say his Watchalong, fucking Guido, Gargoots, and Andy.
I know you mean. I can't say it either.
Yeah, it's just like a couple of comics from LA I didn't know, and it's like they've got. I mean, I really appreciate both of those characters and what they've added to my world. So the Desert Party has been a great for that. I mean, Letterman and me hung out in Vegas for like the whole morning gambling. I just watched her gamble and stuff, but we just have a cool connection, I guess, being molested by adults bond or whatever. But she's kind of like my therapist. If you could take a blast of ketamine off of your therapist's fingernail every session.
yeah.
She does her own.
Yeah, it's good to have a diddle sister. I describe her as a diddle sister, but it's good to have someone that kind of gets it. And yeah, she's funny as fuck. I've liked her for years.
And just kind of a fucking boss. I mean, like in a good way, like take charge and fucking, So I appreciate that she's kind of inspired by watching that thing, and hopefully, she'll be a prominent little piece of things at the end of it, Because where Paul ends it was 10 years, almost 11 years ago.
Yeah.
So it just seemed like where he said he felt like that could be the ending. It just felt like that's so long ago. Let's update the fucking face, update the story a bit in a fun way, where so then instead of the movie ending kind of on a maybe somber or just that's the end of it. It'll be going out with comics, laughing, and talking about dark subject matter, and that'll be the fade out.
That's good. I like that. Yeah. That's refreshing.
And then I'll bug Brett Brock last minute for artwork.
So you mean exactly how it always goes?
Yeah.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah. Oh man, this I think I told Brett this on the phone, but it's like different details of just this special rolling out would come back to me. And one of them was Chris Castles, who helped produce it. He couldn't find the signatures from the music. So not a big deal. We can track it down. The guy who did the opening music, he re-signed a contract, and but the guy who owned the YouTube rights to that music, and I don't know how that fucking works. Maybe the comic did it on his show, something like that. But anyway, the guy who owned the YouTube rights for the music had died. And this was like a couple days ago. I'm finding out, okay, well, fuck, man. I'm not getting any advertising dollars. They're going to have to take the front music off because, we could get sued because they can't fucking get a dead guy's permission. But I don't know how
you'd
it
have to
out.
you'd have to go through.
A hold of next
you'd have to go through. And, you'd have to go through the courts and get out of a state, wouldn't you?
He's in shock. He's frozen.
Oh yeah.
Is he shocked that I interrupted him?
He's in shock.
Besides, in death should also equate to in perpetuity.
Yeah. I got unstable internet. Said. Probably because my wife's down there soaking up some Jehovah's Witness Zooming, and they're fucking
Jehovah?
I got mail from Jehovah's Witnesses the other day.
Yeah.
Watchtower shit.
Whatever you do, don't tell them about any grief that you've experienced. They will twist that, and that's a long one. Yeah, my cohabitator down there had a huge stack of letters that is it signed by my wife? No, I don't think they go out of their area, but
Yeah, I just opened it.
Yeah,
It just
I mean,
said to the neighbor. So I thought I've just moved in. It's a new neighbor. And I opened it. It's like, yeah, if you thought about being close to a God you cannot see, this has prevented many from having a good relationship. Think about it. And then it just goes on with the Bible passage. And then, anyway, get in touch.
To my router.
So I might.
Jesus. My router's fucking 4 feet away.
Yeah.
But, all right, I'm going to move closer to my router, as it says.
Your router.
Right here, there's my router. I'm right by it.
I know that well.
My internet could be
My
stable.
internet used to suck.
So where are you at now, Carl?
I now have a proper home in Manchester, northwest England, really. So yeah, it's pretty good for comedy now. That's why I've come up here, and yeah, I came up in November, and I will be here much more stable. I'm not running around the globe with no home.
Are you running?
Yeah.
That's what
I'm doing a challenge with a few old friends. We're doing like 60 miles in January, and then I'll cut that in half. I'm halfway through.
Nice.
But,
yeah,
trying to get a little bit of health in.
Changes your world a bit when you get into the rhythm of that. But unless you did it like Brett Brock.
Every day it's about the run.
Well, I'm sure that
we've both knocked the booze on the head.
What's that?
Yeah, Brett and I have both knocked the booze on the head for at least this month. So we, cutting out the drinking.
I think I don't know, that last podcast, Chad Shank. Look, I mean, he was sober, but I almost meant to ask him, have you been not drinking for a couple of weeks? Because he looked all clear-eyed and healthy. I look at Brett Brock. He's a fucking babe when he's sober.
I'm starting to notice without the booze, there's less bloating. So I'm starting to see there's a little loose skin happening on the neck.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like that too much. I got to get back in the beers.
If I were you, I would go to DC and try to get hero pussy off of that Capitol Guard that looks like in a bar late at night, chicks would think you were that guy.
So there I was,
facing
down 1,000 of them.
1,000 trumpers. Oh my God. I'm going to throw my liberal pussy in your face. I'll throw my pussy liberally at you. There we go.
Yeah, I mean, I had at the start of the year, these were my jowls. Look at this neck.
Jeez.
Not you guys. God.
Right?
Yeah. Fuck.
So that was some motivation as well. Like, come off the beer for a while, get running. I want to do a lot this year. I want to be productive. I want to get a shitload of comedy done. I'm in 2 big festivals. I've got fucking
Jesus.
I want to get shit done and be healthier and be alive. So this year I want to try and just keep it going with the running. And it'll end in tears. I'll split my head open drunk in December, but
yeah.
Try.
Yeah, I mean, it's I didn't maintain momentum through cancer like I'd hoped. Thought maybe through chemotherapy I'd get those days I felt pretty good and start in on it. But it's kind of, I don't know. I'm so far removed from it, but I'm gonna start up and start walking, getting my legs back, and then that would be fucking. It's pathetic that it's like a 6-month goal that I can run a couple miles, but I'm pretty far back.
You were vomiting on air in a hospital bed about a year ago now, about almost a year ago to the day.
Next week,
yeah. Fuck. Yeah.
It's better than that, right?
I should go to the hospital and say, look, I know I got charged for morphine that I wasn't receiving. It's a year later, just got me a little bit of morphine and some oxys, and we'll call it good.
Yeah.
That was the year. Yeah, I had that surgery, and then my epidural slid out of my back.
That's right. Yeah. I remember.
And it was just pumping down your back for the night. Right?
Yeah, so I faced the worst fucking pain I could ever imagine experiencing with
locked up.
Fucking rough. Surely that's a fucking. That's a legal fucking thing, right? You can.
And then they didn't believe him.
Fuck.
I think in the end they admitted it, right? Yeah.
You locked up, Andy.
Man.
Fucking
cocks.
Here's how to use the internet with Guido Lagoots.
I definitely emailed in the link, but it showed up as spam apparently with a load of shit in it. But yeah.
There we go.
I'm plugging the router in somewhere else. I'm gonna sit by the cocksucker.
Give it a punch.
PayPal takes up a lot of bandwidth. She's down there setting up a 10% automatic withdrawal tithe fee.
Yeah.
She might be losing her marbles. She called me downstairs last night and said there was a loud buzzing that she heard, and I didn't hear it. I didn't hear anything, and then she was like, it must be like a big bee. You know, there's no fucking way that there's a big fucking bee floating around in our house right now. It's not the time of year for it.
Somebody had a little drone out there monitoring.
I don't know. It was just weird. I mean, you know, I could probably plant my second phone down there and make it buzz every once in a while to see how that goes. But So anyway, and then I get called down this morning because the dog shit on the stairs.
Oh, fuck.
She's selectively blind. She's okay.
Yeah.
She can spot the turds. She didn't want to pick them up, and somehow my thing. But I chose not to punish my dog. It's like Jamie's, but only fucking years older. And it's like, you know, she knew she fucked up, and she didn't want to go downstairs about it. So I just let's just both do better. Whatever, you know.
Yeah.
I can't get mad at her anymore.
Yeah. Bless. How old is your dog? How old is she? She's
about moving on 12.
Fuck yeah.
Getting up there.
Yeah, she's got big fight. You know, I have to hoist her in and out of the car. I mean, I don't have to, but she wants to go do that.
Yeah,
and we got a lot of stairs and stuff, so it's a fucking ticking clock. I hate the. God damn it! There's nothing worse than you know, facing a pet's going to the other side, and I'm gonna have two in a short order probably. I mean, the one that already died, the cat. But yeah, it's fucking. I'll cry then. I'll take all that internet fucking stuff and bottle it up. So when my dog dies, I can really have a proper cry over that.
You could turn up an 800-pound gorilla with a shotgun. After
yeah.
Let it go.
Andy, I've already made my mind up on. Oh, sorry, buddy. I've already made my mind up. When these dogs die, I'm absolutely going to go live on Twitch that night. And just a bottle of liquor and just cry for the views, man.
Yeah. I'll be there.
Fuck yeah.
I'll be there to watch it.
The pain would subside if you dropped me more subs.
Oh.
Yeah.
I did this. It was felt sleazy and it really was fucking a failure. I asked James Frostwind to drop into the discussion my Venmo and PayPal. Thinking, I mean, but at that time I thought, well, maybe, you know, it'll be like several hundred or maybe even more. I didn't really know what, you know, would come over from 800-pound gorilla, which, you know, didn't seem to be anyone I didn't recognize or whatever.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I saw a few people put it in there actually, and then 2 or 3 people put your Venmo.
Yeah,
I wondered how they felt about that. But.
Yeah, so and then you know, Jeff Lampton, who's this drunk comic that I knew from Milwaukee. It's like he was like a guy you could, you know, he was just like a drunk and also did stand-up comedy.
I like his style already.
Yeah, he's the only one who he sent me $20 on the thing. So I told James, you know, as an agent, I'll get him a breakfast sandwich because that's what we made on it. $20. It would have really felt sleazy had I done it. You know, like, hey man, you know, the advertisers, you know, it'd be like just embarrassing because it would be in front of the company.
See, the good thing about it, if you put something, obviously it would be good if you can get fucking a platform, but if it goes out on your own thing, you can basically get super chats once it's monetized. So I know Ari Shafir did it. Obviously, he had lots of views, but he was just saying, oh yeah, if you want to make a donation right now. So obviously that's going to him.
Yeah,
but
fuck man, I'm just like not a fucking marketing or, you know, I was just like trying to get some weed money and it kind of failed. Like I'm not even gonna get a good eighth for that.
Why don't you set up a live Twitch stream down at that bar we went to in the mornings when I was up there?
Well, I'm doing the. Well, I told you my idea. If I do, I'm going to talk to Henry. Henry Phillips wants me to get on Twitch, and
I think you should.
and I come up with an idea,
Yeah, that'd be good.
and then I like, man, I got so much shit to do around here, and I'm out of shape, so I'll just fucking combine that and make that the Twitch. Like today, we're going to be picking up fucking shit in my yard while I fucking bellyache about the politics of the moment.
Honestly, Andy, you'll get some cash almost immediately, so that'll be a little weed influx. Just pick up the shit.
So I mean, that's my idea is until I kind of get the hang of Twitch, I'll be like streaming my morning climbing up the hills and stuff, and I'm not in good shape, so it might involve vomiting and talk shit about Bert Kreischer or whatever. Oh man, I thought Brett was in the room. In the chat room, and I said something about censorship. I go with censorship, you just end up with a lot of fat monkeys, shirtless monkeys, pandering, telling their old frat stories or something to that effect. But
I was playing you last night on my stream, but I couldn't be active in the chat.
Yeah, I just dissed on Bert Kreischer because I thought you were in there.
Yeah.
I didn't see that one.
I would have been happy to jump in, specifically on Levity Live, since I've completely incinerated that bridge.
Who did?
I incinerated the bridge with Levity Live.
Oh yeah.
They tried to underpay me, and they tried to be slick and send me a contract they wanted me to sign, and I had to dig deep and look at what the fee they were going to pay me, and I was highly offended. And then they tried to send this weasel after me to kind of wrangle me in, and I just select CC all, reply all, and just here comes the gasoline in a match.
Is Kreischer like fucking? I guess he must be like Trump. It's like he hires people to do work and then doesn't want to pay them, or wants to fucking underpay him.
Well, it's not really him. Like, he wants to be the salesman. He wants to be the big guy on campus, that kind of shit. And it's like, oh yeah, he wants to get people motivated. And then when you start dealing with the flunkies, then here comes the haggling, and that's because he wants to be pretty much hands off. He wants all the attention and all the money, but he doesn't want to handle any of the business end.
So is that the so what's the inside? So what is this thing with Kreischer and Andrist? Are we allowed to say? Are you allowed to say? Or is it?
Well, I mean, I just think it's kind of fucking, it's like watching it's like being a high wire act and watching the fucking clowns get all the chicks.
Right. Okay.
And when I was up there doing that thing, I'm like, yeah, but fucking Bozo is right here and cream pied me. But also from a personal standpoint, the party, I was on the road with Doug, and they'd been listening to a lot of his podcasts, so I wasn't all that thrilled to meet him. I couldn't stand it, the fake positive bullshit. Everything's so epic and everything's the greatest. And it's so fucking fun, hilarious. And we're drinking a fucking half a handle of this.
Well, he's still 17, isn't he? He's still 17.
That's what it seemed like. And yeah, like, man, it's like you think, well, this kid's real positive and confident, but wait till life beats him up a little bit. He's managed to be a big fat fucking college flunky his whole life and monetize it, and he's done, but when I met him in Denver, so he gets out of the car, and so I'm outside, and I think Doug's by the door, whatever. He's carrying, I think, 6 or 12 packs of beer or something, and I go, here, let me take one of those. I was just like, I didn't care. He was fucking the guy, Bert Kreischer. I was like, as a person, going, here, let me help you with that. And he just walked by me without even responding, and because he wanted to show up with the 12 packs of beer. Oh, fucking woo! Here he is. Oh my God, it's the party guy. And I tried talking to him just as like nothing about him being anything other than just like a guy in the room kind of conversation or whatever. And he fucking ghosted me. It was the weirdest thing. Like, I was saying words in his face to him, and he ignored me. And then he's just fucking sociopathic eye for Doug Stanhope the whole time. He, Doug got in the fucking pool. There's fucking Kreischer peeling off and getting in the pool, and it's just like his fucking sucking up to Doug was so relentless that I felt like I couldn't even hang out around my friend because this other, it's like fucking
Wasn't
yelling pit bull or something.
Wasn't he barking orders at everybody to bring drinks into while they were in the hot tub or whatever?
Yeah, he did that. But so I sat down because Doug mentioned me they were doing a podcast, and Doug mentioned me, and basically, like Doug, sit down. There's a mic, and I responded. Fucking, he still good. Like he didn't even respond to me when I made verbal noise on his podcast that I was a person, and all I could figure out is he's just such a suck up to anyone who's famous that can boost his ego or boost his standing in society. He fucking zeroes in on the prize like a fucking, like a sociopath, like a stalker.
He cold shouldered me at Zany's here in Nashville.
Yeah.
After doing all those posters for like a year and a half, 2 years. And I was like,
no way.
See ya. You have a good one.
I mean, it's
weird.
something, if I was 30 years old, I might admire it, going, wow, that's how you fucking make it in this business, man. You keep your eyes on the prize. If you ain't got talent, if you're not that funny, you keep your eye on the prize and you develop that list of people and you keep them happy, and any chance you get to fucking run into a celebrity, fucking grab onto their elbows and see how far they'll drag you.
Yeah, it sucks. I can still admire the promotion. He's done it. He's selling tickets like a motherfucker, but you still got to treat people like fucking human beings, right? Especially other comics, and especially, quite frankly, funnier comics or people that have helped you out, like Brock, and then you're just ignoring them. That's weird,
it was weird. And I mean, maybe I misinterpreted it all wrong, but it just seemed like, wow, what if I mean, it was like, if you hit on the fucking hottest chick in every bar, it's like that. He's like, oh man, there's Doug Stanhope, and look at those big titties, and he was just like all up in that, But it was I would at least respect it if he wanted to fuck Doug, but all he wants to do is, it's like, he's just he's fucking grabbing all the prizes that are not really meant for him. But
that's fucked up. Because I remember years ago when he went to the Funhouse and he did a podcast with Stanhope. I listened to the whole podcast. I thought it was great. And then I watched the 10-minute video Kreischer made. And then he put it out on YouTube. And I thought, fuck, this guy's cool. He's talking to everyone, anybody, great. And so you're almost saying that's kind of like an act in some sense. It's
like must be like Ellen DeGeneres.
yeah.
Like
not so sweet. Ellen, not so generous.
She was hitting. Wasn't she hitting fucking secretaries and stuff behind the scenes?
Are you saying that everybody in his aura wants to kill themselves? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I would, I'd imagine if people who, I mean, I think his friends have called him on, some of that shit where he's, he's phony.
I've seen him being called out for not speaking to the producers on a podcast and stuff, and he's being dismissive. And then I think Segura's even stopped him and went, "Whoa! He's a person. You've got to calm." I think he's like a teenager with ADHD.
He's like a teenager, a teenager of this era, where
he's 50.
He wants to live a certain way, but not because of anything that's a compass or anything. He just fucking grabs at things because it'll fucking boost. He didn't run a marathon because he wanted to get himself in better shape and maybe take.
Well, he didn't train. He just wanted it on Insta.
Yeah, he did it all for fucking clicks.
Yeah.
I still giggle every time I think about Dave Attell slamming him.
Who did?
Dave Attell slammed Kreischer.
Oh, really? Nice.
Attell showed up to do Segura's podcast. And so Segura called Kreischer and said, "Hey, man, I got Attell in the studio. Why don't you come over and meet him?" And so Bert just ran over there. And and they're like, "Oh, we're really big fans. I've been watching you forever." Blah, blah, blah. I do stand-up too. And Attell's like, "You're not one of those comics get up on stage and takes his shirt off, are you?
Brill. Roast bitch.
Yeah.
That was a fucking wild, man. That's funny. Oh well.
He-
Yeah,
if-
strange. It's just strange, man.
If we
It's gotta
talk
be
about
nice.
2 minutes, his ears will perk up and he'll fucking.
Yeah, we'll be on here in a minute.
Yeah. Attention whore.
One thing about him is, I mean, I doubt he goes, gives a fuck because he's just, he's managed to. I mean, I am jealous of the fact that he fucking, feels like that in his, at least he projects that happy. Oh, everything's so great, and his wife's so hilarious, and this is so fucking beautiful. It's like, I wish I had that energy. At least I wouldn't want to project it, but I wish I felt like that, and I don't think he probably does either. It's, I don't know.
I think he's probably very anxious and fucking stressed and all that.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
just him getting out of himself.
Yeah,
right?
I think he drinks a fair amount and shit. I mean, it's like, how many times can you see her fucking big fat belly in a mirror and getting ready to go on stage before you go, fucking write some good material and get a fucking shirt on, man. That's what I would say if I was him. I don't know what he, but I would be like, God, this is, how many fucking, this is bullshit, Talk about somebody who should, would want to, could come up with the idea of hanging oneself. If I into that, I would fucking probably hang myself. Go, this is not okay.
He'd have to lose weight before he hang himself. I don't think any beam could take his gut.
Get a fucking rope. He'd need real fucking heavy gear for that.
I think the heart attack's probably coming. But yeah, can he take his shirt off at 65? How long can he keep?
Oh man, he's he's fucking already made it. Now he could put his shirt on unironically.
but knowing him, if he did do that, he'd come up with a tux and flip flops.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it's like I respect Jimmy Buffett's career. But at some point, I wonder if Jimmy Buffett looks at his crowd and thinks, "Fuck, I should have steered a little bit away from this parrot head bullshit."
I'm amazed that Bill Burr hasn't burnt him in front of corporate.
Yeah,
like the studio execs.
Mm-hmm. But
isn't that what happened to you one time?
What's that?
Isn't that what happened to you one time?
What, Bill Burr?
Yeah, didn't he burn you one time?
Yeah, I was a newbie. I was in the Seattle. I'm not a new comic, but I was new to the LA. I did the Seattle comedy competition, and the night I got eliminated by Jan Barrett was like, I mean, there's no way. Anyway, the conspiracies are out there. I should have been in the next round, but instead of getting in the next round, I got eliminated at an Indian casino, and I was pissed off. And an industry circle formed around me, and they wanted to, blow smoke up my ass and invite me to LA to show up and do a showcase in front of they would bring people to the showcase. So it was like NBC, 20th Century, and 3 Arts, and another one, and they were, so they all came out. I went to LA. And I was hanging out. It was like new territory to me. I mean, I knew some people and stuff, but I was like, "Fuck, this is LA." And I was at the Improv, and I was going to showcase. My showcase happened to be after Kevin Nealon's Kevin Nealon was hosting the whole night, so that guy likes his attention. So the show's running long, and then Drew Carey's improv group is holding the room, so I mean, they're doing their thing, and anyway, I'm in I went and smoked weed. I followed my instincts, like, well, what did they see in Seattle? I was fucked up and didn't give a shit, but now I'm nervous as fuck because it's LA and they got this industry pantsuits and such coming out to see me. And anyway, so I'm waiting. Bill Burr is going to be hosting the next part of the show, so I'm hanging out in this back area. Bill Burr comes up and he goes, "Hey man, when Drew Carey leaves, the crowd's going to get up and go, but don't, like he basically told me that he would eat the bullet for me because Drew Carey's crowd would be shuffling out. This small crowd of industry was basically most of the crowd that came in for this showcase. And he told me he'd go up and eat some clock and bring me up. So Drew Carey's thing leaves, they're leaving. The industry people are coming in. And then Bill Burr goes, smells like weed. Like, right in front of me, right in front of them. And
Fuck.
I couldn't tell if, I mean, I still don't know if it was a sucker punch. I think it was probably an LA guy not wanting somebody new coming in and getting a fucking thing. So not only did he point out that it smelled like weed loudly in front of all the people coming in to watch the showcase, when he went up on stage, he goes, there goes Drew Carey. And this guy could be the next Drew Carey. Bring him up like that. Like, so I'm back there fucking nervous and oh man, they think I smoked weed. And then he did that. So then I went up and I just I didn't have, I wasn't prepared to jump up at that second, because he told me he'd do like some time. So, and then I bombed and I went home with my, bummed out about it. And then years later, I did that Down and Dirty taping for HBO, and Sean Rouse was in a room, and he goes, "Hey man, you want to come in and say hey to Bill Burr?" And I was like, "Fuck no." At that point, well, this guy, was a bad luck charm at the very least to my trip to LA. And at that time, I thought it was a bigger deal. I really, I don't know. I mean, if I would have had the set that they wanted me to have, the people who saw me out in Seattle, maybe they would have done something. But I also feel like popping into LA and doing a set isn't going to change anything. You kind of have to be there. You have to follow up. You have to, spend more than a weekend in LA. But at the time, I felt like that fucking, that hurt, and it was a setback. And I went back to the Northwest and didn't consider LA for many years. But yeah, so I don't think I at this point, I mean, I don't think Bill Burr was. I think if he saw himself do that, he'd be kind of embarrassed about it.
Yeah, it's just something, just the way it went.
Yeah.
But LA terrifies me. That fucking industry, and you have to be around for handshaking and to be seen around the right places and the right people. That stuff terrifies me.
Yeah. Oh man, the worst part of that evening was coming in. And then the pantsuits from NBC or whatever, they go, oh, come on. And I it's like, I need to be like walking around smoking weed and not talking to a group of people. And it was fun. Like, oh man, I was the fucking funniest guy and all this at the table. And then like, I watched them all file out. And Grace, the lady who represented, she was a casting director at NBC. She was the only one who talked to me afterwards. So maybe she wanted to fuck me. I don't know. But she said, we saw you in Seattle. And I got to say, when you look up and smile, it just lights up the room. Like, and I go, okay, thanks.
Yeah, that was your casting couch moment, Andy. You should have fucked
right.
Yeah. Capitalize, baby.
And if
your
I come
Weinstein
in with
moment,
my fucking teeth out and smile the whole time, then I'm maybe turned into the shirtless fucking hack of success.
Oh fuck, bro.
That was an interesting. So how that? I'm sorry. This is how that ended up, though.
Yeah.
There was a couple of comics, and they were like, we're gonna go to Rob Zombie's house and party, and I was in a bad mood. So I went to, I drove to Santa Barbara and slept on the beach and drank rum. And then I went to this hotel where I'd stayed at a couple of times, and I knew they had the setup I wanted or whatever to take a shower. It's like, I mean, I woke up with a rum, like a pirate, my head's in the sand and there's an empty rum bottle. I was like, how did the showcase go? Take a picture of this. So I went to that hotel. And I tried to get into this upper where the pool was, but there was nobody up there. So I had to, go use the key, but, I'll infiltrate a room, especially back in those days. So there was a door open as I'm walking down the hall, and I go, man, I opened it just a little bit, and I could see a fruit bowl, and it's like, oh yeah, I'll go in and take a shower, jack off, watch some TV, get a late checkout or whatever. But I just felt like, man, there's something there behind that door. So I walked down, and the elevator had, you can call rooms. So I dialed up that room, and I just like, oh, hey Steve. And he goes, no, this is Lance Armstrong. And like, oh, well, fuck me. Sorry, Lance, I'm calling for Click. And then later I found out it was Lance Armstrong. There were all these bikes around, and it was the Tour de California was going through there. And I watched one of the Lance Armstrong documentaries, and he was still blood doping. So he was like, the door was open, and it was part of their thing. Like the blood guy'd come in. So he was, hovering around waiting for his blood. I was just looking for a place to jerk off and get the sand out of my hair. But I damn near walked in on Lance Armstrong on that. So yeah,
shit.
I wish I would have known it. I would have stolen one of the bikes.
Yeah.
The syringe.
Yeah, so it was kind of like my introduction to LA, and now I would have said, fuck it. I would have went to the Rob Zombie party. I would have done drugs, and I would have figured out I should stick around LA a little longer. I think fame would have, I would have, if I would have had like Skippy level of fame, that's like a Skippy from Family Ties, or, just some fucking boner from Growing Pains level of fame, I probably would have killed myself by default.
You never can tell. You could be famous Hollywood producer.
I'd have
kid stays in the game.
I'd have to wear scarves like Clint Eastwood in one of the movies with the fucking all the rope fucking tattoos around my neck, all the failed hangings.
Yeah.
Wild times.
But that was my in and out of LA, and that was it's really felt a ton smaller when I went back, when I worked on the Mann show or whatever. It was like this. Really, I was nervous about this fucking little town. Every little room, is like just a fucking tiny little room, and there's no fucking Hollywood producers waiting to make you a star hovering in the back.
Well, there's 100,000. There's 100,000 Uber drivers on cocaine thinking that there is a Hollywood producer in every performance.
The thing I hated about LA when I lived there, I was basically living on a Hollywood lot, but it's just everywhere you'd go, you'd hear industry talk. You couldn't just stand in line to get coffee without hearing about somebody's screenplay. And then somebody, is equally fucking stupid saying, oh, well, what about this? It's like, I guess I would have done better in LA had I had headphones, but I just got real negative about, how the fucking, LA and everybody in it was a living, breathing form of cancer, and everything they had just made you sicker to hear it. So, and then I ended up getting it later, but it just felt like, I just never really got the vibe of LA being, the place I needed to actually devote my energy. Besides 3 months of partying on the Mann show a lot.
And sleeping on other sets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I woke up and we were taping something. It was like across from where I would fall down drunk every night. I'll say that in my defense. And I woke up and I was on That So Raven set. Like I passed out. We were filming something. For
shit.
And when I woke up, there were a different minority. There's like 4 or 5 minority children around me. And I get up and it scares everybody. And then most of
That's So Raven. Fucking hell, I haven't heard that one in a while. Jesus Christ.
I didn't recognize any of them or anything. And then I was like, what the fuck? And they were like, what the fuck? And then the parents, there's usually some stage parents. So they were all around there wondering what I was doing. And I just walked off. Like, fucking, I got my bearings.
They've called the police now, but
when that show ended, they had a That's So Raven garage sale, and for a while I had a That's So Raven.
That's one of the best stories I've heard. Actually, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it was. It felt creepy, but I don't know. it wasn't. I don't know if I got moved because it felt like I fell asleep in a different building. But I woke up and I mean, what a fucking prank if they played that. Is let's put this guy, America's Got Talent, or That's So Raven Said.
Hollywood kids, you'll end up here one day as well.
Oh man,
that's fucking brilliant.
You kids enjoy this while you can, but fuck, you're gonna end up just like this.
Oh, that's fucking weird. Do you think if you went to LA now to do like stand up, like Comedy Store, whatever, do you think your reception will be a bit more warming because of?
I doubt. I mean, I don't know.
You more.
It would all be about my set, though. I mean, I think I'd get the same as there is a guy you may not have heard of, bab clap, and then it's all about. And right now, I feel like if I was on stage at the Comedy Store, it would be like that fucking Bill Burr night, where I just eat a fucking dick and
Could you go through Tripoli these days? He loves you.
Oh, I mean, I could get. I mean, I'm sure I could get on. I will probably go do stage time there just because Inman covets it and feels like somehow
spike set.
Yeah, do a spike set.
Yeah, you've got to post it as post it as the Unbookables return to the Comedy Store, but it's just me.
Yeah. The only surviving member of the Unbookables.
Andrist, Erickson, Walsh, the Unbookables together.
You have to. Brett, you'll at least make a quick poster up, even if he doesn't call it that.
Right.
Tweet Inman.
Right before the pandemic, Inman and I started getting phone calls, and Inman had this idea. He wanted to do a show at the Comedy Store. He gets all worked up like he does on podcasts and stuff.
Oh, this played out in public, Andy. He was tweeting about all this stuff.
Yeah, the fucking guy is so worked up about, no, this will be the big thing, the Unbookables in the store. And I was like, what's the budget, James? And he got so fucking mad. Budget! I got to go to LA for a show. What am I going to be paid? We don't need to be paid. Blah, blah, blah. It's like like it'll be fucking on the fucking weeklies and shit. Unbookables movie splashed down at the Comedy Store to laughs and guffaws. Like, man, I kind of it's that energy I admire. It's like, wow, you can still get yourself worked up about an opportunity that you fucking want to pursue or whatever. And, but the thing is he couldn't just pursue it on his own. Is go do the Comedy Store, hang out there for a week. He needed all of us to make it work. And then he started crying and carrying on. I just wanted to do a show with my friend. We had a series of phone calls. And when I was like, I just honestly don't give a shit about performing at the Comedy Store. If I got to go there to do a showcase with James Inman or whatever, I was like, I would like to know what James is going to get us paid for it.
Rightly so, yeah.
But
go
ahead, Brett.
No, I was just going to say, didn't he do one with Lipsky back last year? Trying to an Unbookables reunion.
The trailer.
You talk about Thelma and Louise.
No, they did a club. They did a club, but I think about 3 people.
Kansas City or something.
Yeah, I mean, Lipsky was back. Had a kind of. It seemed like it. I was interested to see how it'd play out because it was kind of like that Buster Scruggs with the boy with no limbs scene. Like Lipsky had a kind of a rollout stage from his camper.
I did a podcast in it when they came here.
Yeah,
it's awesome in theory.
Yeah, in theory, but maybe the guy who would be the one to do that would be, and this is not against. Well, I mean, I'd say like a young Bert Kreischer, is somebody who could show up, open that up, and be a clown, and get easy laughs. But Lipsky is his material is darker than anything I could come up with.
He's intense.
I mean, he's a dark. I mean, he tries. We try to, I don't get into it with him on the Twitter, but I post something that, like, he's got to jump on. Like the other day, I posted that can a celebrity die without everybody trying to figure out, and he comes at that because he's an anti-vax. Vaccines are killing people, and do the research and all that. And I don't know, maybe he's right, but I don't fucking get into those discussions.
I went to YouTube medical school. Now here's my opinion.
Right. Yeah, it's like some open mic level doctors. It's like, look, maybe Lisa Marie had a vaccine, but she lost a lot of weight, was depressed, and did other drugs and
painkillers and shit. Yeah, opiates. Yeah,
she's had heart problems in the past.
Now I got pancreatic cancer after I got a shot, and so did Evel Knievel's boy.
Yeah, Robbie.
So it's like, come on, man. Like we're gonna throw cancer in there. We're gonna throw. It's like. I'm willing to listen to, it's like, well, this, was caused by the vax or whatever, but let's not use cases that are obviously natural causes of death.
My favorite ones are when, look at this athlete in their prime, they died
just
at 28 years old.
It
has to be the vaccine. Then you look at cause of death. Oh, he was in a car crash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was just gonna fucking say the exact same thing. It's been fucking circulating quite a bit lately. All these athletes, it must be something behind it. It's like no more athletes are dying now than they were fucking 3 years ago.
They don't even spend 5 seconds to research cause of death.
And you know what too? It drags their
his parachute didn't open.
It drags their already fucking splintered empathy. It was like that football player. Buffalo Bill football player who died on the field. Yeah. Of course it's because he had a vaccination. It has nothing to do with it was just that perfect storm where he got punched in the heart with that hit and it caused his heart to stop. How do you put that well, he probably had but that's where those people's energy went immediately. It's like, there's another one fucking dead. It's like, aren't you concerned that he's not, just think about the human being on the field instead of promoting your theories on this shit. And I may be fucking wrong on it.
My favorite one is when cardiologists come out and explain it with big words, and then people go, "Nope, you're wrong."
Yeah, and then that doctor, who's just trying to give good information gets attacked, gets trolled. It's like Twitter has become. Twitter is now, and I think this is their plan, because I didn't have that many whores and cam girls and fist fights. That's what I see now. Like my scroll that I picked out who I get to follow and who I'm seeing. Now I gotta, it's like walking up fucking, hooker district, I didn't, so it's like, whatever their plan is they're also going, let's just fucking distract everybody. Yeah. So now what Twitter is to me is weeding through the whores, and not signing up to the OnlyFans, and then watching fist fights, which I'm starting to block those too, because it's like, man, what is the agenda of this shit? They want to fucking make public school look like a fucking battleground with bullies and people getting the shit beat out of them every day, and they want to keep people fucking distracted with titties and other shit while they fucking show you with misinformation from all angles. And I'm not saying I'm off of it or whatever. I mean, I enjoy seeing the vaginas now and then. I'm in a place in my life where I kind of welcome it, but I didn't follow them and I didn't change my Twitter feed at all. So it's like, let's just, fucking Elon's just fucking, whatever, man. Yeah. And if, it's like it just distracts you from actually having the conversation that wanted to have.
Tomorrow morning we'll wake up and we'll find out Jeremy Renner, the actor's leg, is going to be gone because of COVID vaccines, not because of a
honestly, someone will. Someone will.
Yeah. Who's leg? Jeremy Renner. He's a Renner.
He lost a leg.
He got hit by a snowplow, didn't he? And he's being.
What was the snowplow driver's vax status?
Yeah, he was the driver. He was the driver.
The guy driving it could be like fucking having a heart event and then ran over him.
He was the driver.
Oh, he was the driver.
He got off. He got off to help someone, and it fucking rolled over him.
Oh,
man. Lost his leg and his chest, so he might have to have his leg amputated. Apparently,
that's COVID vaccine. That was the COVID vaccine that made that happen.
Yeah, Michael Jackson. COVID.
True,
He was
another
the
one.
first one to do COVID with fentanyl.
Yeah, what was that doctor doing there every day?
Yeah. The fuck's he doing? It does.
I'd be more like a bigger weird fact to me about this latest week of death is like Elvis and Evil both lost a child. Like that's like as close to fucking weird as you know. Like, you know, I don't even there's probably not a third one to put in there. Enzel or whatever. I mean, but the two most favorite, you know, if you say Evil, you know, you're talking about probably Evel Knievel or Satan, and Elvis, of course, you know, their kids died like a couple days apart, both vaccinated.
Yeah, well,
there we go. There we
Moderna.
go.
Yeah, I mean, to try to go like, you know, the last thing I would think about when Evel Knievel's kid dies is it was probably the vaccine.
Which bus did he hit?
Yeah, I mean, he was at all like his old man. He probably is a fucking asshole and a rage head and on drugs and alcohol, which I'm not against either of those. But when you're a fucking angry asshole like you're a George Jones types of lousy drunks.
Coincidence that we're talking about Evel Knievel. I just finished watching the documentary on YouTube before we went live here. It's called,
is it good?
It's by Johnny Knoxville, by Dick House Productions. I think it's called Becoming Evil. And, you know.
Becoming Evil.
Yeah.
I'll bet his PR person had to fucking do some work, huh?
I mean, he didn't bother with a PR person. I mean, he was out there in front of the media. And so when he lost his shit, he lost it publicly for everybody. I mean, he was just dog cussing. You know, he assaulted a cameraman and told him to kiss his ass. And all that.
He created his own, you know, he was a fucking rock legend and, you know, doing something that nobody, I mean, you know, it's like up until that point, was there a big market for people jumping school buses on a motorcycle?
No, I mean, I won't ruin it for you if you go watch it, but I just love his showmanship. He, at Wembley Stadium, he was going to jump a bunch of shit there. And, I don't know, it's like 100,000 seats and he'd only sold 3,000 seats or 3,000 tickets. And so he gets on the news and goes, welcome, I'm Evel Knievel. I'm from America. You're welcome that we helped you win that war. Or something like that. Yeah. He pissed everybody off. And next day he filled up the seats.
Yeah, so there's a little Stanhope in Evel Knievel story because it's like Doug, what was it? The Scottish women are too ugly to rape, or Irish women, or you know, I'm sure that brought brought butts to the seats. You know. I remember, I mean, when those kind of things land at Doug, he goes with it because he knows that you know that'll actually be good down the road.
Yeah, speaking of Scottish and comedy, you should do the Edinburgh Fringe. You should do the Edinburgh Fringe when you.
Yeah,
that'd be a blast.
What was it? I was supposed to do a thing. Glasgow. There was a festival out there, and the guy got a hold of me. I think he was friends of Glenn Wool, or however he got my number or whatever. But I was like set to do it, and then I never heard from the dude. And then I sent him a message, and then he was like Me Too'd. The guy who put the guy who's booking the festival got Me Too'd. So I never went out. Yeah, I'd love to go do a festival or go over in
the UK. You, me, and Carl can sort something out. Brock can come over as well, but maybe not this year.
We've got to wait till Brock's dogs died before.
I'm not going anywhere. The dogs die.
Maybe figure something out. You, me, and Carl can do like Edinburgh or whatever. We can sort something out.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be like anyone else where I wouldn't know how any of it worked and would end up losing money. But with you guys, it wouldn't have to be. We'll try and bodyguard you a little bit, but Edinburgh's great. It's a whole month, and there's a shitty side to it, but actually there's 1,000 comics. You can just find good people to hang out with. There's shows every night all over the place for the whole month.
We get Hack down for Hack can come down for Scooty, right? Yeah, you'll come.
I love an Inman story from Edinburgh. It was kind of the origin story of Brian Hennigan's hatred for Inman and vice versa. And find the unbookables and the whole everything James has done all kind of goes back to Hennigan was he didn't have Doug Stanhope, but I think Hennigan was in the Seattle comedy competition one of the years I was in it, and it was the Seattle International Comedy Competition, but in Hennigan was the only international part. It was like everybody else was Seattle, Portland, in America anyway, and then so he was the international part, and he took last place every fucking night. At least in the score sheets that I saw, it was like, So anyway, in the aftermath, maybe of that, Hennigan decided he wasn't a comic as much as he wanted to be in the business. And David Crow, a Seattle comic who he does pretty well. I mean, I'm sure he did well over there. He said, maybe Inman. So the next year, Hennigan went all in on this unknown comic, James Inman. And got press set up and all that shit, and then Inman fucking blew it loud and large, and I don't those two have always fucking hated each other because of that, and that's why Inman's still in fucking Kansas City. Oh, I don't know, but yeah, I mean I remember Inman was kind of a fucking like a punk rock comic back when I first saw him. He was fucking the stool, talking about, using a rock as a gun, but just fucking, a lot of energy. And it wasn't all that James Inman energy you guys have seen. It was like he was fucking, on task and killing, So I don't, I can see why Hennigan would think, oh, yeah, this fucking guy will do great over there. Didn't turn out that way for whatever reason, I'm sure James was funny. It just wasn't. He didn't do well, and then he got negative and went down to his spiral.
So what is it with James Inman and conspiracies and stuff? Because he's obsessed with like the war in Ukraine, for example. He's like he's pro-Russian almost. Like, it's kind of fucking
I don't
scary.
get that. I don't get that slant from people on any point where it's like, I'll do all the research and okay, fucking children are being blown up in an unprovoked war. So maybe, okay, I don't know the history well enough. Well, the history I care about is the history I'm living in, and they're fucking beating the shit out of a country that didn't fucking provoke them in anything in the last fucking century or two that justifies what they're doing, if at all.
His angle seems to be like, well, there's Nazis there, but there's Nazis in every country in the world.
There's quite a few. There's quite a lot in Russia, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's like they are everywhere. It's not just.
And that's not what the war's about. Russia. I mean, that's what they're doing. But as an outside observer, to think that the Russians are going there to stomp out the Nazis is fucking stupid. I think 9/11 fucked James because I don't think he was like that so much. I think he drew from a lot of different areas for his comedy, and I think after 9/11 he felt like he needed to fucking get political or something. But I don't get it. I'll still field his phone call occasionally or whatever. If I don't, but I found the mute button pretty quick when I started seeing his pro-Russia slant on stuff.
He's mostly taken it to Substack, I think. So for the most part, he doesn't talk about it on Twitter or Facebook. And he did a nice post about Brody Stevens on Facebook. It was like, okay, could he used to know him or something? That was nice. It was like, oh, that's a normal person.
But it's funny how we shit on it. In fact, I'd already heard Erickson's slant on that before, and I didn't bring Inman on our Christmas thing to fuck with him, but he talked about that Brody thing, and like I think Erickson hit, because it's like the way he wrote it, it seemed like James is like a mentor. Or, he'll do the same thing about Stanhope. Like when I first met Doug, he was just doing dick stuff. And I was like, dude, you should do political stuff. It seems like bullshit. I know that I knew Brody in those days around Seattle. And I'm sure, him and James had those conversations. But it just seemed like kind of self-serving after his death to talk about how you were the one who pushed him in the right direction. But Jimmy Jim, yeah, he's something.
Yeah, I still got a bit of a soft spot for him. Obviously, I don't know him that well, but he's yeah. When he does the crazy stuff, I can't even. You're an idiot. I can't even.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
deal
it's
with
just
it.
like
It's a
I don't like
scroll.
that kind of energy anyway. You know, it's just like anybody is like getting near fucking all worked up. I'll move away from that energy 99% of the time, and he doesn't. He brought it to my house, plunked down in my room, and I'm like, no, this ain't gonna work, man.
And then the dip spit.
I was in chemo. Had a chemotherapy bag on me, I think.
That's right. Yeah, I remember you.
But he was in my space, and then I was like,
dirty socks.
Went from I haven't had a visitor, haven't seen another person in a year, to going, get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out. He was gonna stay till like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Because he had a 5 o'clock flight or 6 o'clock, and I go, fuck, man, you got to leave now. That traffic up there. But he was actually thinking, that would be cool. Like he just lays next to me and goes to sleep. He'll be my wedge pillow, so I don't sleep on my scars. But man, yeah, I sometimes when he's just hanging out with him though, it's like fucking good company and stuff. But he gets himself fucking goes into that uptight mode, and it's like funny for a while, and then it's like it doesn't end. So it's like, well, fuck off, James. But yeah, it's kind of like he wasn't I don't think he was. It's like anybody who gets into like Sam Tripoli. I mean, maybe Sam Tripoli finds the right conspiracies, right? But it's like, man, once you get into that, it feels like
frozen again.
The Ukrainian.
My daughter's calling. Who to which conspiracy, like all that QAnon shit. It was like whoever's writing that shit must just be like, okay, let's fucking JFK is married to Marilyn Monroe and they live in Florida. And it's like, okay, I don't mind. Fucking stupid. I'll have to believe that one too.
Yeah, I don't mind dipping my toe into the conspiracy world. I like it. I used to listen to Sam Tripoli's podcast, but then it's interdimensional child molesters.
Here now.
Everyone say the N-word. On a YouTuber, hear it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't hear you guys for some reason. My daughter fucking screwed me. Mike?
Can you
muted?
Muted.
I'm gonna leave and come back.
Okay.
All right.
If that was me, I would have gone and talked to my daughter, but maybe she's annoying him.
Yeah.
She's not sending him the weed money.
I would have happened to, can it be? What I sent on Twitter the other day? Millie opened up a can of custard or something. I was like, Carl would be so proud.
It was pretty good. Yeah, mine was pretty shit, but I just got what I needed and poured the tomatoes out. Welcome, Napo, by the way. Sorry we haven't talking to the chat as much. You know what Andy's like. He's good. So we'll bring him in right now. Fuck me. Give me a second. I pressed the wrong button here. I'm such a retard. There we go.
No words.
And it works.
He's back.
Sometimes I get a phone call from my daughter because she can't reach her mom or whatever, but it's like, it's like, you want to talk to me. I don't want to be like, number 2 on your dial.
Yeah. Speaking of which, how was the wedding?
It was,
was it good?
It was
the pictures look good. The pictures.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, that was kind of, it was the end of a really long year. And it was just,
no, it was great to fucking see. We only saw pictures, but it was great to see you. It was just, it was nice. He's gone again. He's frozen.
It might be. He's back.
Anyway, so yeah, it was the end of a long year and going there, and it was just like, it was great to see my kid after a long time, but I mean, it was pretty amazing. I apprecited just being alive.
Yeah, of course.
Like, taking it all in and all that, because, it wasn't a given. And that was really kind of the first thought I had when I was sitting there with my daughter and heard all the bad news with her. And I was just like, man, I'm not even going to make it to your wedding. And she, like, yeah, you will. And so it was, being there after everything was like, I mean, kind of undescribable of how perfect it was, especially, hearing from her that it was exactly the, perfect, day and everything. So,
yeah.
I figured I'd, be fucking, all like, Patrick Swayze was towards the end. If I made it to her wedding, that I would be the picture of death, and I'd get up and people would just be sad.
Everyone's
I was kind of fully felt, recovered, like I'm going to live, instead of, well, this will be, I got a few months.
You missed your opportunity to make it all about you. Well, I had a little scare back there a few months ago. I don't know if y'all know about this or not, but
I know.
I'm just very lucky to be here today.
I did a speech. It was supposed to be a speech. She goes, this little speech or a toast, and I could never figure out what it was, but I did that, and I don't think I mean, if I had even alluded to cancer, it would have probably just been a, tear fest.
Yeah.
And kind of, I mean, it was my daughter, everybody thought it was good. And one of the, whatever, Brett said great things about it, but I know in my heart that I dropped two important pieces of it that would have been hilarious and tied it all together. But it, it's like doing comedy. It's just like, no matter how the show goes, you'll notice what you fucked up on. And I was like, God damn it! How did I forget that part of it? But,
yeah.
Cancer's like marrying an ugly person, like this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Right. What I'm talking about.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was the key. I talked about how my daughter jumped off of this crane, bungee jumping, and just kind of the fearlessness of it. But I forgot what she said before she jumped off, and that was the key part of it. Is I can't believe I'm doing this shit, is what she said. But I forgot that, and then that led to me forgetting some other shit. And I never really wrote it down or had a real firm idea what I was going to do. But afterwards, I was like, God damn it, fucking idiot. But that's how I knew I maybe, still had comedy in my heart, is I was bummed out about a 4-minute speech, forgetting one or two key punchlines.
So you can't be in the same room as Bill Burr or your daughter again, then? The bad luck.
Oh man, yeah. If I was showcasing for something, it's like, no way.
Just start opening with, "Who's from out of town?"
Yeah. Who's from out of town? Hey, let me get my shirt off. Hey, how's everybody doing? If I just drink beers for a few months, I could do that, because my belly's protruding out from lack of exercise and shit, and I got a scar on it. It'd be fucking hilarious.
An impressive scar.
Yeah, like when I saw that, it was I knew that was a fucking serious surgery.
Yeah.
It's like fucking belly to chest.
I mean, it
was a beast.
If you walk down like Sunset shirtless, that's some serious street cred.
Mm-hmm. I got kind of, it looks like I've been maybe a fucking cop or something. Private detective. I got gutted. Got the one from the port. It looks like a bullet wound. And then, well, man, when they pulled them fucking tubes out, that was, I think I still got a mark from that. But when they pulled that thing out, it was like a magic act.
Just
how far is that shit up in there?
Yeah. If someone says, "What's with the scar?" just say, "This is what happens when you go against Jehovah's Witnesses. They fucking carve you up, man."
You ain't seen it on YouTube?
I
said the wrong word to a fella.
This is how much I love comedy. I sold organs.
This one time I woke up on the set of That So Raven.
Yeah. Oh, man, and my gallbladder was missing. And then the fucking parents of the kid were eating my gallbladder.
Like The Walking Dead. Yeah.
I don't even think, I think Raven from the Cosby Show was the only, I would have to look, but I don't think anybody, them kids with all their fucking high hopes and their fear of what the gross white man was, I bet none of them are probably working actors and actresses.
They're all in therapy.
Man. Oh, man. Yeah. I mean, I saw it on a regular, people traipsing over there and grabbing arms and shaking, having face-to-face speeches with their kid out front. But I never thought I'd wake up in the middle of it.
My career is riding on you.
Yeah, that could have been a big break for some. I woke up on the That So Raven set, and they're like, "He's perfect, actually. Let's use him."
Yeah, he's the method actor. He's great.
we did our PAs, the temp workers or whatever. Me and Doug lived there basically, so some would end up partying with them and stuff. But I know there was one night where we were playing foosball, and the bet was somebody would have to chase somebody else around the lot naked. But we also had a Bigfoot outfit from something that we did that day. So we had a perfect Bigfoot outfit. And I think I was the naked one, lost and ran naked being chased by a Bigfoot around the lot. But it was like after hours. So it was more, hope security to what will security think if they see this, rather than there'd be people, That's a Raven kids or anything. This was a fun one. Doug had a Dodge Aspen convertible, this green car that he just bought as a joke because Rogan had his fancy car and Doug got him a convertible. And one time we had our regular midget, and we had a midget that would do the dirty, like wear a wig and suck a banana was what the thing was. But our regular midget turned it down. Was like, what? A midget finally said no to something. And but this other midget, he had like a Fabio wig and he sucked the banana. But Doug goes, hey, you guys want to ride? So this is like, a couple 100 yards, but Doug got our regular midget sat up front, Arturo, I think his name is. And then the other midget, he got in the back with me. So then Doug we proceeded around the lot, multiple trips around, and had our arms around him, talking to him. And it was like a date, kind of, getting to know him. Like, well, what other shows? Were you in Under the Rainbow or any of the, were you in Oompa Loop at any point in your career? And we'd drive around. The security guards just was laughing every time we'd drive around there. And Doug would say something. But then the last time before we went around the corner, we let the midgets out, our fellas, and then Doug went around to the thing like he was in a panic. To the security guard, he goes, have you seen two little people? They got out of the car. We can't find the little people. we had to. It was like, for me and Doug, it was like a chance to be the popular kids in high school. It was just, that's how we treated the show. Rogan treated it like a fucking roll of toilet paper. He'd come in and shit on people and then clean up and leave. But he was split between Fear Factor, mainly not even split. He was just gone, and then he would show up and give people shit. And I know they taped all the monologues over. That's how the Tanya Harding fight was. I pitched it much earlier, and they didn't want to do it. And then they decided they were going to retape all the monologues because Rogan was I think their terms was he was too stoned when he did those monologues. I don't know. I wasn't involved with that, but we shot like 6 monologues to an audience, and then the Tanya Harding fight happened. Sort of. I mean, it was bullshit, but it wasn't what I wanted. I mean, I really wanted Doug to knock her out, or not, knock her on her ass anyway. But the only way to do that would have been that Doug just takes a beating the whole time and refuses to do anything. And then when Tanya hits him in the back of the head or something, then he clocks her. That's how I wanted it to happen. But there was nobody else who wanted it to be that way except me and Doug. So it's kind of a bullshit version. And then they did a segment where they needed somebody from the audience to get in the hot tub with the juggies. And then they decided they couldn't use anyone from the crowd because they could grope, and so they used me. So that was all I got paid for the, this grand idea that they used to kick off the second half of the season and promoted the shit out of it. I got $100 for and then get the hot tub in the hot tub with the juggies.
What didn't y'all pull out like some just trash shit faced guy and brought him on stage one time?
Well, that was kind of the reason why they were afraid of using the audience, because this was a fucking drunk. We were doing a segment called Drunken Crossfire, so the idea was to find the idiot at the bar So I found this guy. I was like, this one. And that guy he went by the moniker Fish. And he was a fat fucking drunk idiot. I mean, he was pre-Trump idiocy, but I'm sure I know where he politically, if he's still alive, where he votes. But so this guy, he was an idiot, and I was in on a segment of that Drunken Crossfire, but I just baited that guy like a pro wrestler. I was like, hey, fat fuck, you better, like, between segments, I'd go, take it easy, you fat fuck, or you're going to rip out that jacket. And he'd go, whoa! And I got him so hyped up that they just took me to the kitchen for safety reasons and cut that segment. Anyway, they brought that guy back because he was such a fucking colorful idiot in his segment. They thought it'd be funny to have him come out to the Mann show, and then at the end of the show, he would be involved in the toast, I think was the problem or the thing. And he showed up and he tried to grope Ralphie May's wife. He was like fucking arms, he would have fingered anyone he could have got his finger in. So he was drunk as shit. And I know at some point he was passed out in a room, and I took a picture of him. I was next to him, passed out on the couch. And this guy Kaiser, who was one of the producer, fucking, he was our Frank Burns kind of. We'd get him all fucking pissed off. And he come in and he goes, "Where's Fish?" And I go, "Here." I showed him a picture, and he goes, "Oh, fucking hilarious, huh? We need that guy." Like, man, fucking, make a decision to get rid of him would be the ultimate. So I mean, he was a douchebag, and everybody was kind of like, "Fucking, what? You seen that Fish guy or whatever?" And so at the end, they were going to do the beer toast, like Siggy Soggy or whatever, the Man Show toast, and they brought Fish out. And before that, one of the writers, I can't even think of his name, or I'd probably tell you, Ray. No, was it? Anyway, yeah, I think it was Ray. Ray goes, pissing that guy's beer. Like we had, like the props guy was right here, so they were getting ready to take this beer up on stage to him, a pint of beer, and Ray was like poured out half of it and wanted me to fill it up with piss. And I go, no. And then, obviously, so the cup's all half empty. So then we just have the pitcher of beer. And so they pour that on top of the other beer. And then Ray pulls out his dick and fills pisses a pint on top of the pitcher of beer. And that's what we took up there. They took up and handed Fish. And he goes and he's like, oh, he brings up the Siggy Soggy guy from the old Man Show. I mean, I forget what he said, but he's like, there's like a fucking audience of dullards, it's like a fucking carnival audience of fucking idiots that get roped in there. That I knew that this guy was getting ready to fucking drink the beer, piss, he's up there and he's like doing this thing and it's spilling around and shit. And then they do the toast and this guy fucking he takes a big fucking man gulp of this stuff, and it's rolling down the side of his face, and you could tell it like hit him like a punch. Like, he was like wobbly from drinking I don't even think we stirred it. So it was all, the piss was on top of it. And he chugged it down, it's spilling down his face and then cut. But in the meantime, I'm just like, egging on the crowd, like chug, 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 like a fucking, like I'm at Daytona Beach for spring break, and the crowd's like chug, chug. So, I mean, it's like, I don't know if anyone's ever swilled piss on TV at that point. So I'm like, fuck, this is TV history being made. This guy's drinking a fucking pint of piss. And I went up to Rogan. I said, hey, careful, that guy's drinking piss. And Rogan fell off the stool. And everybody had a good laugh. And except, I don't think Fish knew what had even happened. And then later, as they're putting him back in the town car that delivered him. And from my understanding, there was booze in there because that's why he was so fucked up when he got there. So he had booze in the car. He's fucking hammered and he won't let go of his beer. And he's getting in the car and someone goes, should we take that from him? He goes, no, I want my Man Show beer. So he fucking swilled piss all the way back to whatever suburb we found him in.
Look at him. He loves it.
I know when we were at the bar when we originally met the guy, after I got him all stirred up, and there were a couple of cops hanging around out back, and they said I'd keep your eyes peeled for that fucking guy, because they were familiar with him probably arresting him a few times, and he was a bit squirrely.
He's been to county several times.
Yeah. So that I mean, I should go through sometime and dig up my old Man Show pictures, because I took tons of them. I got Tonya Harding's one of my favorite. Tonya Harding with the juggies. Like the juggies are all made up and hoard up pretty. And then there's Tonya, their fat fucking flabby arms. She was so fucking nervous about all that shit. And I think she was being forced to box by a guy who was, he seemed pimpish. He was the referee of the fight. But he was her manager and getting her to fight. But she never really was comfortable fighting anybody except when she beat up Paula Jones in celebrity boxing. And that was only because Paula Jones did what she did when Clinton pulled his dick out. She turned her head away from it. So when, you can turn your head away from Clinton's dick, but do not turn your back on Tonya Harding with boxing gloves. And apparently her punching and assaulting Paula Jones in the head gave this guy the idea that she was actually a good boxer. And he promoted her career, and she got her ass kicked by like fucking housewives in casinos, and then fought Doug Stanhope to a standoff.
The dignity.
Yeah.
It's fucking wild.
Chugging piss, baby. Speaking of midgets, which we was talking about midgets at some point, the best midget story I've ever heard of was Wizard of Oz. Have you ever heard the Wizard of Oz?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And fucking the behind the scenes stories of the midgets.
Munchkins.
Fuck, Judy Garland was like literally like molested by midgets. And stuff. Wild times.
I need to look into this. I don't really know.
What's the name of that? Do you know?
It was fucking crazy because back in the 1930s, right? Like, unlike today, there's no social media. So back in the day, like these midgets had no massive gatherings unless their agents were like, you've got to gather here for this film shoot and whatever. But when it comes to the Wizard of Oz, there was fucking dozens and dozens of midgets getting together, and literally they were all fucking drugged up, boozed up, and they were fucking on set. And Judy Garland's ex-husband wrote a biography, and basically he was talking about her time on set of Wizard of Oz. She was
16.
She was 16.
Wow.
And she was like, midgets were like hand up her skirt and stuff, like literally fondling.
Yeah, but I mean, they're like kids too, aren't they? So it's not really.
She probably thought she got fingered, but they were probably fisting her.
Yeah, they were fucking wild stories.
You could tell. I don't know. I mean, maybe rest his little heart or soul or whatever. Billy Barty. You could tell that guy was a perv, right? Couldn't you tell Billy Barty would probably, upskirt every time he went out in public? Under your dress. Whoopsie.
Shit rolls downhill though. Someone was probably fucking the midgets though.
That's probably why they didn't bring a bunch of midgets together anymore, right? I mean, wasn't that maybe the pinnacle of getting? It's like, we're going to hire all the midgets now, and saw what a dirty lot they were.
Even Hollywood back in them day were like, whoa, this is a bit too much now. They was fucking, they're out of control. And
they probably, that's why it wasn't the Oompa Loompas it felt like the Oompa Loompas were just above midget.
Yeah.
Like they are like, nah, let's just hire jockeys. They'll be less rapey.
But like with them Willy Wonka, they had the Oompa Loompas had them big fucking foreheads.
Yeah.
As well as like Wizard of Oz, they were just like, they look like kids.
And you feel like the remake of that movie with Johnny Depp, and they just like I think they had one little person and they made all of them. I was like, that's probably from the old adage of don't work with midgets. If you're gonna hire a midget, hire one of them and have somebody keep an eye on him, but you don't hire 15 of them and get them boozed.
Yeah,
that's even better than insane. I mean, I can't wait to dig into the stories behind that now.
It's crazy. But there was one that hung himself in the background, didn't he? Because in the original, you can see like someone hanging from a tree, and a midget killed himself.
Really?
Doing
Nice.
Making a Wizard. Yeah.
Is that
Wizard
true?
of Oz.
Because I know you can
Brody-
see some.
That's
Brody
the theory, conspiracy theory. Apparently, there was a
Yeah.
shadow cast on
Yeah,
a
I
green
think that's
curtain where
real.
the Oz was or
Yeah.
something.
I like to think they all had the COVID jab before filming this.
Yeah.
And, that's
Well,
what
no,
the
their
problem
parents
was.
had the jab before they were born.
Look at those little viney sausage fingers.
It's weird to think midgets get old. I didn't know they
His
got old.
soulless black eyes. Look at that.
Yeah, the story behind that was fucking insane. Like Judy Garland was getting blasted or fisted, as Andrist said correctly. Just
All right, I'll look
insane.
into this.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, she didn't she kind of party it up and have drug and alcohol problems throughout her life.
Yeah, through no fault of her own to start with, because when she was
she's
doing
16
the Wizard
years
of Oz,
old on set of a movie and getting molested by midgets. I mean,
they were
That's
given
nightmare fuel.
Yeah,
That's
because she
Hollywood,
was given uppers and downers to base, because there was like obviously like there is now. There's a legal amount of time a kid can be on set and this, that, the other. So with Judy
they
Garland,
got to have the
back in the
chaperone
day,
and all that stuff.
and
Yeah,
her daughter,
they-
isn't her daughter Liza Minnelli?
Liza, yeah.
Right,
And Judy Garland on the set of that film was all the time. She was on uppers and downers and caffeine just to keep her up, down, balanced, and she was all over the fucking shop.
I would love to see the behind the scenes of making Porky's 2, just to see a young Henry Phillips on set. his Henry Phillips's dad, I think, was a police officer in Porky's 2. So Henry was actually on set there.
Fucking, I didn't know that. Wild. That's
Wild move. That's
Yeah,
just one
his
big
dad
meat
was-
too, isn't it?
Dad was a pretty fucking talented actor, and would have been like Henry told me his dad never wanted to be, he was kind of like me, where he'd be like, yeah, I'll be second. He didn't want to be the lead. He wanted to be, as he was off. I think he was either offered or was in the running with one other guy to be coach on Cheers. Henry's dad and Henry's dad.
Bill Wiley.
Yeah.
His dad, yeah.
Yeah. So his dad didn't get, but that would have changed the trajectory of Woody Harrelson too, because the guy who played Coach died like a year later, and then they brought in Woody Harrelson.
Fucking hell.
Little Hollywood trivia: Henry met Wendy, the whore, on not even the whore. You know what? Pee Wee should have fucking. I mean, why was his getting laid something he needed to tell everybody about? Anyway, that's one of them movies that's a little problematic to revisit.
Oh fuck! It looks like him.
Looks just like Henry in a wig.
It does. Yeah.
He's
That
just
is
coming.
Henry Phillips.
Mm-hmm. Is that's from Porky's or no?
I googled Bill Wiley Porky's too. I don't know. I mean, I guess so.
He's had too much smoked Pampika.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
Porky's
to
too,
see
the next
that
day.
now that I know who
It's like-
Henry. What?
It's like Chris Farley's dad fucked Henry Phillips's mum. It's what it
The
looks like.
weird thing about it is I remembered Henry's dad from something he did. I think it was on the Mary Tyler Moore show. It was kind of an iconic. He was the guy who didn't want a job or had a job, but didn't want anyone to notice him. And he'd been employed, for several years and under the radar, that people didn't know who he was his.
Shit. Oh, Brock's gone. Andrist is frozen again.
He'll be back. He'll be back.
He'll be back.
It's that interwebs, isn't it?
He'll be back. He'll be back.
He's probably going to get a call from his daughter. No, it's actually an emergency.
So, let me just rearrange shit. I do
Yeah.
not want to be on. I want
This
to
is-
make that perfectly fucking clear.
One's frozen, one's gone for a poo, and sweet.
He's back twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two Andys.
There we go. We got two Andys.
Oh yeah. There's
Yeah.
Brock's taking hospice run on his dogs.
Yeah.
Just
That's
let him
a-
out.
yeah. I mean, I think Brett's not here, but I think all three of his dogs are kind of, not separated by more than a year.
They're all expected. I mean, I think they like 14, 15, something like that. They're
Man,
getting up
like-
there.
He's
Yeah.
praying
Yeah.
for the day.
Yeah, the dominoes are gonna fall one after another, man.
Yeah,
That's
we're
sad.
gonna have to put a care package. They've been his life. I mean, he's had to just look after
Oh,
those
yeah.
for 15 years. And they're
I
big.
rode with them from Vegas to Bisbee after, I tripped hard on acid the night before, and I got woken up unexpectedly because Brett was like, Brett's like so nice, and he's like, the night before I thought he was fucking with me, but I was tripping, and he was saying, what time do you want me to pick you up? And he seemed to be rattling on, and I must have agreed to early in the morning because he was there with his 3 dogs early in the morning, and I'm sure it wasn't, several hours before I could even get in the car. And then I was, had these 3 wolves on me while fucking tripping, and it was definitely immersion into the pack.
Yeah, wild time. Brett, how old are your dogs now? What are the ages?
Just 14. Just over 14 years old.
All of them are they all related?
Yeah, well, the boys are. I mean, they're brothers.
Oh, wow.
So they turned 14 in November. So 14 and 3 months, and then
that's fucking. How old do those go usually?
14 to 16.
Oh man.
And then the girl, she's 12 and a half, somewhere in there. He's locked up.
Yeah, he's been in now.
Gone again.
He's back. He's back.
Yeah.
12 and a half for the lady.
It's typical of me. My devices aren't charged. I'm charging that, and then I move away from the router to make the phone happen. Where's that fucking thing?
You got to record today, Andy? You got to record IWA today?
No, we're done until next Thursday.
Oh, okay.
I like that we moved because we were kind of doing it early in the week, and then it's like sometimes, you do a Monday, and then it's like, shit, man, there's a crazy news cycle or something.
Yep.
And not that we're doing much news or whatever, but it's like sometimes you're just way behind the curve if you're a few days,
Yeah.
Thursday has been our day for the last, ever since Elon Musk loosened his grip on Brett Erickson's ball sack, that he has Thursdays off. So it's like perfect, It's. I think if you've been watching the podcast, you've been watching Brett, devolve from a long-haired, happy, fucking, green lights to a short-haired, fucking factory punched.
The life is dimming in his eyes.
Yeah. You can kind of see it, And
he's
then,
a working stick.
It's not as obvious on Thursdays than it would have been on Monday late at evening or early evening when he's gotten off of a long shift. It definitely was like, wow, oh man. I mean, I get why he took the job, but it's like, man, I just hope I die before it becomes apparent I'm broke. I don't have money for no decent mid-level nursing home. It ain't gonna happen unless people watch my comedy special and even if you don't watch it, just let it play.
Exactly. That's what we're telling people to do. Broken was in early. Just let it play, put it on mute, get the clicks, keep it going every day.
It's like 45 minutes, 50 minutes, and then I'll get like they analyze, like if people, like I'll go to it and just to see what the numbers were, and then it'll start playing. Then it's like, I can't use my phone for 50 minutes. But I got multiple devices I could put it on. But I mean, I'm tracking it a little bit, but I don't want to.
You can get obsessed with it, right?
Yeah. It's like, I mean, I want it like last time I looked, it was at 1,800, which is, we get about 11 on our weekly podcast. I mean, 1,100. So it's like, it's like moving fast.
You're well over 2,000 now, so it is clicking.
But without probably, I'll do less. And Billy Wayne hasn't overdone it. He's just keeping it in the feed. But I'm expecting to do far less numbers than him in the 3 weeks. But I'm hoping that people will see it that don't know who I am and will say, hey man, there's some, and then it'll just kind of have a slower, gradual build to, reasonable numbers and all that. But, it's like it's 3 years ago. And so it's like not, it's kind of cool. It's like, I guess if somebody plays a song on a movie and then all of a sudden a new bunch of people start listening to that song and it gets popular. But I'll settle for it doing, reasonable, and 10,000, 20,000 views in a month would be cool. But I have no way to gauge if that could hapen.
It's hard to say. I think you'll get that, to be honest.
I know I can add 3 a day, 3 views a day.
Yeah, we can get 6 a day between us. So
yeah.
Always.
Yeah, I mean, I was joking on the feed there that it's like, get a factory of kids in another country and have them click on the device and sit there and watch. No, you gotta watch it all the way through. You won't get your nickel.
Human View Factory.
Yeah. But I mean, I kind of hope that just like people who I mean, I'm not I wish I would have had more of a chance to develop the material, because I know I wanted it to have a little more to it or whatever, but
Frozen. Be right back.
There we go. You're back, Andy. So it's been a bit of a nightmare for you. Yeah, but it is what it is. It's a snapshot of what it is, and it's I know because you wrote it and you performed it, you probably want to do better, but everyone loves it. So just put it out now. People will love it, and then you've got time to work.
Yeah, I mean, that was the best part of it for me was hearing from people who bought it back.
He's done well. He's hung on for a couple of hours, so.
Signals have a rough time getting through those deep, dense evergreens in Oregon.
Yeah, he's up there, isn't he?
Yep.
Well, Napo said he's calling him to fuck up your stream. Oh, Napo, I need to message you later about US stuff. Oh, he's in. Sorry, there he is down there.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm standing right by my modem again, so I'll see if that.
Yeah, I used to have internet just like this. Luckily, it's fucking fine now. But I'm used to walking around and trying to find a spot and ticking this. And
that's why the computer is easier, I guess, for this. But
yeah, I don't know what happened with the email, man.
I enjoy walking around too, though. And I got to get used to it because that's going to be my Twitch, picking up dog shit in the yard.
He's broken toys. Yeah, well, that'll be a. Brett jet washed his drive once and got some viewers on that.
Yeah, I pressure washed my drive and I had 20 people watching.
Really?
Yeah.
Man.
But I guess it was cathartic because I've got a bunch of trees hanging over my driveway, and it was black soot, and just peeling that shit off is kind of cool. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if people are entertained, I'll get up on my roof and clean the gutters.
I guarantee people will hang out.
But I feel like, Henry Phillips and Brett have, thought out good lights, all that shit. What I'm going to have is a surly attitude some days.
A little salty
and picking up stuff. And, but I did feel like that's probably the best way to get into it is to not fucking sit on a chair and do it. It's just I'm going to go for, an hour and a half walk, and I'll just carry it around, and people are watching and entertained. I'll do more of that. But I get myself in shape, and I'm not going to do that by fucking Twitch streaming myself sitting in this room.
And trolls will inevitably come into your chat room. And that'll prime the pump to get back at hecklers when you get back on stage.
Yeah, fucking bastards. But yeah, I like the idea of coming out there and doing some shows with Carl and all that too. It's like, that's what I feel like, is going to get me real motivated for comedy, is to just put some dates on the calendar, wait till the last minute, obsess over how I had all this time and I fucking pissed it away and I've got nothing, and then create on my in the last couple of hours is fucking spill it out. The half ideas that I've thought about writing that I haven't. That's sort of sadly how I all do it.
Work under pressure. Well, it's a good way sometimes. I like it sometimes up to the last fucking minute, and you're trying to think of shit and make some notes. And
Stanhope told me before a show in Vegas, or the night before, he goes, "I'm approaching this show like you," and I was like, "Oh man, I'm sorry." Like, you're supposed to do better at this shit than me. You're wait. So I knew exactly what he meant. That he, hadn't fleshed out the ideas, hadn't, formulated the plan, and time was running out.
It's all good. I think it's all good. You've got to try different things, right? So you can be over prepared, or you can push it last minute and just see where it sticks.
Yeah, if I were to try different things, I would write it out, rehearse it, know what to say, run it past a few people, and then and eliminate some stuff, edit it down. And that's just always been not.
Jamie's back.
Hi. I had to go and eat a brunch bar. I was feeling a bit like queasy.
I'm getting a bit peckish, but I'm going to put something on for after later on.
I'm gonna preview my Twitch stream here. I got to go get some pizza before the football starts.
Pizza's in the oven for me now, baby.
Well, somebody mentioned pizza on my yesterday, and it just fucking hit me that I need to eat some pizza.
Yeah, every time it did, like on Brett's stream, someone will mention something like a burger or something. It's all I can fucking think of.
So you mentioned onion rings last night. I'm dying to go to Sonic and get a cheeseburger and onion rings.
Yeah, sorry.
But I've got tons of stuff in the fridge I got to finish up. But yeah, I'm dying. Oh, I'd love to just onion rings my face right now. Ugh.
Yeah, I was hopeful to get pizza last night, but I saw my wife had already laid out what was for dinner.
We're going for a drive.
Lasagna is not pizza.
No, lasagna is great, but it's not fucking pizza, man.
It's kind of pathetic. I get way better Wi-Fi as I'm leaving my house than in it. Right
this is Twitch. This is Andy Andrist's Twitch stream right now. This is
right. Tune in.
Hey, Andy, this is what Erickson has been begging you to do.
Yeah.
This is the Twitch stream. This is it right here.
Right. I guess. Yeah. I mean, it's just. I'll just.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Wi-Fi disconnection from your house when you leave it. It's.
We don't want him to crash though, because if his dead body's found and this is still streaming, we might get some sort of liability.
That's okay. Get the ratings up though.
There's no turkeys on the road. This road is usually like there'll sometimes be 100 of them. I just kind of go through. I've only hit one turkey since I lived here.
Any turkey roadkill?
I killed one.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a Dodge truck, and I mean, I'm an animal lover, really. I just blasted a turkey, deliberately blasted it, and it, poofed up, and it was kind of. I was like, wow. I mean, I made the decision to fucking run it over, and then I got home, and it was like my front bumper, the plastic is ripped, and there's a chunk of meat in it, and then I went back. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go get that turkey and at least harvest it or whatever, and it was gone. I mean, I know it was dead. It had to be dead, but by the time, 10 minutes later, somebody had removed it from the road and for whatever purpose. But I regret that. I had no business taking that turkey's life. And it fucked up my truck. And then I've delivered. Well, I killed a cat once. I ran it over a cat that I had no choice. I mean, it just darted out, and then one time I ran over a possum on the same circumstances, and it was screaming I could hear it scream. As far as I know, that's the only 3 animals I've killed.
Yeah. Well, you lured raccoons once into a fucking into a cage and give them,
Oh, and then
the
the baby possum, I salvaged. It was out, it was alone. And I took this baby possum and I put it in a cage and I was feeding it. I took the skins off of grapes for it. I was like, it was eating grass clippings when I found it. And then I took it in and tried to take care of it and it was dead. Like the next day it was dead. And I dumped it out and of the cage. It was fucking, I know that's possums will fuck with you on that. This little baby possum was dead. And the only thing I did was give it fresh water and grapes. And, I looked later too, and it was still dead. So, it was definitely dead. It was just never meant to be caged, I guess, because I kept it in a cage overnight, hoping I would find its old lady. Bitch, I took your kid in. Fucking take care of you, bitch.
Ungrateful bitch. Okay.
So where are we going, Andy? The store?
I'm going to market. Yeah, I'm getting. Yeah. Mark, there's this. I don't think their pizza's very good. I'm going to go eyeball it, and if it's shitty, I may have to make it. There's a pizza place next to it, but I kind of want to have the pizza and go home and watch this kickoff in 30 minutes. So
there we go.
I ain't got time for probably good pizza.
I told him we got pizza.
Do you like hot sauce or not? I normally disguise shitty pizza with hot sauce and just stick.
Yeah, what I hate is when it's just fucking greasy.
Right.
But I like almost all kinds of pizza, but like I grew up in Coquille, and there's a pizza place there that was notorious. You'd fucking go through a box of napkins, soaking all the grease off of a piece of it. So it's always, oh man, there's a mod pizza. I forget about that one. That might be it. Yeah, I'm pulling the plug on this fairly new place here.
Hey, this is history in the making, baby.
Andy,
yeah. Yep.
I'm jumping conversations here, but when you get on Twitch, you can always talk about weed. You're in Oregon, you can talk about bud, you can talk about what you're smoking, what indicas, you can talk about everything.
Yeah,
I can go to weed
community,
stores,
right?
I'm actually parked by a weed store. The fucking COVID has saved me a lot of money on weed. I can't take a deep hit. But this is are they closed? No, they're open.
Kick the door through, it's fine.
That's like I don't know. I don't even go there much. There's there's a weed store right over, there's 3 weed stores within, probably a 4-block radius. So the mod pizza, I know that the reason I chose this one is because I know that they're about serving the lunch crowd and shit, so they'll give me a slice of pizza and a salad. And I'll be home for the Seahawks 49ers.
We're going to see Andy Andrist holding a pizza right now.
Twitch stream.
Yeah, maybe. This is Twitch in the making. We are watching history in the making, kids.
I'm using that money Jeff Lampton gave me to finance this expedition.
What Twitch is all about.
Mad Dog is my choice. Look at that one. Spicy buffalo.
Chappelle can buy a yacht and you can buy a pizza with your special money.
Yeah. Oh man, that would be cool. I gotta pay. I think I got people to pay off before I could even do that.
This is like Impractical Jokers now. We could just tell it.
It's like this place is like a Subway. They do it like Subway sandwich.
Zeep's loving it.
Sponsored by Jeff Lampton, a drunker comic and a drunker comedian than I've ever been.
Can I take the Inman special, please, with extra pepperoni and sausage?
Yeah, with a side of shouting. How do you mean? Side of moderness.
My kid's missing. Can you help me find my kid?
I'm gonna get a side of Modus for 50 cents, and I don't know what it is.
Sounds good.
Caesar. 6-inch kid-size crust.
Michael Jackson special.
Yeah. Mega dough. Hi. I'll have a mega dough. Oh, wait. What do I order first? A Caesar salad?
We can do the pizza first.
Okay, pizza. I want that. Mad Dog.
Mega.
Yeah. Make
What's
America great. No. What's that?
What's your name?
Andy Dufresne.
Are you going to take it here or to go?
To go.
Is everything that comes on the Mad Dog okay?
Yep.
Would you like to add anything else to it?
I want to do that side of modness, whatever that is.
Side of Modness?
Modness.
So the Side of Modness is a donation towards our Vet and Buddies program.
Oh, so I'm donating.
That's
It's not extra sauce at all. All right, I'm donating to their program where they take children and they teach them how to fight.
It's pretty cool. So Vet and Buddies actually gets people with disabilities or job restrictions. And helps
Young
them
Whipper Fighters Club.
Cool. So Best Buddies will help employ kids with disabilities.
Are we in mod pizza, Andy?
And kids that are faking disabilities so that they can have a best buddy, probably.
Andy Dufresne.
Oh no, it went out.
Andy Dufresne.
I think he's here. I think I've tracked down his pizza plate.
Yeah.
You want your dressing mixed in or on the side?
I would like it mixed in.
That's right. No tuna sandwiches. Tuna and avocado.
Yeah.
Or whatever it was.
Oh, are you showing the menu here?
I don't know. You in mod?
Good.
You in mod pizza?
Dang, now I want pizza.
I think he's in mod.
We got no name cake.
So we've got the salad, the Mad Dog pizza. Any dessert, or is that the order?
I thought that
that's where the
said fiddle
pizza-
bunch bundle.
Well, it is. It's
That
where
was
the
Would you like anything else in here?
How about some? Did you put any of the artichoke?
No, it doesn't come with it.
It is mod.
Yeah.
Anything else you want in there?
Bacon?
Bacon. Anything else?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's gonna be great. Thank you. You heard about my new comedy special?
The last shot.
No?
Always be closing.
Okay, the pizza's bacon already? Wow. Yeah, you guys are way better than marketed choice.
Anything else for you?
No, thank you.
Pizza, salad, and a Coke.
Yep.
Anything else?
Nope.
Sure. It's gonna be 24, 23.
Go to 800-pound
Some
gorilla,
chef
and what's the last shot?
I'll be surprised if this card. It's taking it.
We need a live Venmo if it doesn't work. I think it's at Andy-Andrist Venmo.
All right. I had enough money to cover. I can't use YouTube clicks.
Tell him you've got 2,000 YouTube views on your
What's
special.
Don't you know who I am?
I'm gonna do it. I'll take it. Yep. Thank you. Yeah. Silver. Thank you.
Hey, didn't you survive cancer?
Put
Pizza's
these
a
right in
free.
the ocean.
Tell him
That's
you know
it?
James Inman, you
Is
get
that mine?
10%.
No.
Yours is in the
Okay.
oven now.
All right. Jumping the gun. They're quick though, huh?
It must be a really hot oven to cook it that fast.
Oh, you can do it. You can do a good pizza in 3 minutes if you got a hot wood oven. 2-3 minutes.
This is the place, man. This is good. Good.
Yeah, I want to go.
Oh, look at
I'm
that.
jealous of it.
Nice.
And they're helping. They're helping retarded kids hook up with a buddy.
Winning.
50 cents. Huh. I thought it was at least like a ranch dressing kind of thing. Turns out it was a disabled kid. Wonder if you can rent Best Buddies to have do yard work. That would be a fun stream, me supervising a Best Buddy program in my yard.
Mo.
Brett's doing the poster.
Yeah, he's on it right now.
Putting in my air hole.
I know. I can think of someone who can be your first. You know. Can I mow your lawn, please? You want to mow your lawn?
We
No.
can supply a retard. I think we should all go to Mod Pizza in Portland.
Let's do it. Pizza.
Unbelievable. A real Coke bottle. Come on, we're being spoiled with this, Mr. Ambassador.
I'll work for podcast time.
MILF alert. I know she's a MILF because her kids are here.
Don't make him repeat it.
Take your shirt off.
What you? Yeah, tell
Is
him you
that
burnt Kreischer.
Yeah.
Hey, Brett, this is how you do it, right? This is twitching. You know, there's a lot of dead space.
Well, this is YouTube. I mean, it's you know, I can make up for it by having activity. You're doing great. I mean, if this
this is good.
If this was Twitch,
you guys can hear me, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
I lost.
you're going to be awesome.
Yeah, he can't hear us.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
He's putting in a shift. He's putting in a shift for this. I expected 10 minutes.
He would kill it. His own little show, going to the fucking pizza place from his house.
Going to the weed store, get Trey Strong in the chat.
Great.
Right?
Yeah.
I could
It's going to be
fucking
awesome.
watch this all day, every day. Stuff like this is great.
And, like, imagine the Issues with Andy podcast that we listened to, and now imagine getting to meet the postman that he had all the trouble with. And you get to
yes.
You know.
Ranch on the side couple would be great.
Hey, Andy.
That's a winning pizza.
Andy, when your Twitch stream, think about all the Issues with Andy people that watched you, that postman debacle. You're going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, we're going to get to see the mailbox. We're going to get to see the mail carrier. It's going to be great.
That fucking guy. We've had that one conversation since we're friends now. I think he made peace with what was going on. But he told me, that fucking asshole, he goes, it actually works a lot better for him now.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Fucking dick. So why did I have to, flatten federal government tires just to make my point? I like that he knew that when his tires were flat, he was like, hey, man,
Hey, your Twitch stream, had you been on Twitch and shooting those bolts from the crossbow, you could have done that for hours and you'd have had tons of people watching.
I see why Henry's like, you got to get on there.
Yeah.
I mean, I do nothing entertainingly. God damn, this is going to be the best. I was going to get a greasy slice from those other assholes, but this is good.
You got
that weed store is probably wondering why I ain't buying weed. But I don't need it. I smoke about half as much or a quarter as much weed since I had COVID. They don't tell you that about the vax status shit. I used COVID to get over my drug addiction. My daily drug use.
COVID made me cut down on drugs, and I'm suing Johnson & Johnson.
Check out. I think my friend might have made these signs, but this is these food carts. There's only really the Mexicans here left, and I like their stuff. But look at their. You see their banner?
Yeah.
It looks like a taco fucking a burrito, especially with the wind flapping it like that. But, I mean,
it's all making me hungry.
It's funny. She won the battle. There were like there's like 6 food carts in there, and they were all like shit I didn't want, you know. And I felt bad for them, but I would always go to the lady with the tacos in there. It's like I don't need vegan fucking cheese or whatever these other ones were, but they were all fucking gone now. It's turned into little fucking Mexico over there. Go ahead, these people. Look at them. They probably a sexually active couple. Oh man.
Well, Andy, it's 4:20 Eastern time.
Well, that's newly homeless, huh? They got a nice car with all their fucking gear on top.
Yeah, this is the Twitch stream, Andy. Just live your fucking life and stick it on for an hour or two.
Yeah.
On your phone, no fucking fancy gadgets. Just chuck your fucking phone on and go with it. This is brilliant. And when in the pizza place, what's your name? Andy Dufresne. That was just fucking
go.
Yeah, they always just go with nobody ever gets that. Dufresne, party at 2.
Yeah. Dufresne, party at 2. You can eat when you find the Dufresnes. People are missing.
There's a husky up that way.
Uh-oh.
This is a nice running trail. Oh man, the other day I caught some luck in a bottle. You know how like Erickson's green lights, Matthew McConaughey's book about green lights. I've been trying not to get mad about yellows and reds. Because some days I'm like, fucking every goddamn red light. Well, I was coming up on one, I was like green, and this car in front of me was really slow. I was like, I was gonna, fucking idiot, get out of the way or whatever. And then out of the right side, I see what looks like the U of O cross country team girls coming, and so I missed the light, but they crossed in front of me. So it was like, sometimes getting upset about not making the green light, you get to see the U of O cross country team running. Girls, chicks, dudes, I'd probably have been mad I got stopped. But there's just something about college girls and running attire that I find interesting.
It's intellectual athleticism.
Yeah, I'm regretting not opening that Coca-Cola.
Good pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
It looked good on. I found the menu. I think it looks fucking
great.
It's
light crusted and everything. It's fucking. Yeah. I don't know. It had been there about a year and a half, and I've never been in there because it was for the lunch crowd or the fucking business people in a hurry, and I just didn't think it applied to me. But it's good food, so fuck it.
And you're in a hurry, so it worked out.
I wonder what these people are. Do you think they vote for liberal causes?
Run them off the road.
War is murder, Earth. Give bees a chance. Save Tibet. I can't even read some of them, but they definitely.
It's the CIA.
Stuff. There was a woman when I was in Miss Albertsons the other day that was like a fucking whore. She's like, she walked in and she parked. I was parked by her, so I would get out and I was like, it's just fucking. Her ass is almost hanging out of her mini skirt and fucking tweakerish looking broad. And she went back and got her a box of wine. And then I was driving home and she's driving the same. So, I wasn't stalking her, but I now know where she lives. I was thinking she must think I'm following her because then she turns that. It's like, God damn it. She's exactly going this direction I'd go. But, I can't unlearn that the fucking tweaker whore lives in that house. I mean, I'm not going to go knock on there and talk to her or nothing. This is there's our bar, Brad.
Yeah.
Or, Brett.
Yep.
Me. Called you my son-in-law's name.
Uh-oh.
I was hopeful that you would take a fancy to my daughter. So.
What? You never introduced me to her.
Yeah.
There's a reason.
I'll show you where she lives. We're gonna go by there.
Well, if she needs a head start on art school, I know where she can go.
I mean, it's like and you can tell she's a problematic drinker too by the dents in her Thunderbird.
I like her style already. She got whiskey dents in her car.
Yeah. This is the good side of her. That's the good side of the Thunderbird.
She's not Suzanne Summers.
It was probably like 11 in the morning when she was getting her box of wine. And she seemed to be so she did the self-checkouts and she was she got there a second before me. She got her fucking purchase and out the store and was, I couldn't keep up with it. I mean, I was going to say hello or whatever. I'm a fan of tweaker, weird chicks getting drunk in the middle of the day. I'm for it. I'm not against that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But she was all business. I guess there's two ways to get to my house. I just happened to follow the whore that day.
We've all done it.
I observed where she lived. I didn't want, I was hoping she'd take another turn and I wouldn't, but it's like, she pulled. I mean, if she knew I was following her, she was inviting me to continue ahead. All right, the hills.
Put your foot down, son. Watch out for the turkeys.
No, watch out for that pizza. This would be a shame if I dumped a pizza and lost my shit and it wasn't monetized. Did everything wrong on that. The turkeys they're scarce during the daytime. They're like morning and afternoons or evenings they're about, but they're up here shitting all the time. You can see their fucking spills.
I like the way you said turkey. Remember the episode of MASH where the guy goes onto the bus in Vietnam and he's like, shut that chicken up, and it turns out it was a dead baby.
Oh yeah, wasn't that the last episode?
Yeah, so it turns out this wasn't a turkey, this was a child. He just tells himself it was a turkey.
Yeah, the meat in there was a left arm. There's a reasonable looking couch that's just being chucked out. Yeah, I got a place for you guys to stay if you ever come out.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, well, eating pizza on the Inman couch.
Yeah. Were you? Didn't you come out to the U.S., Carl, last year? Or?
I kicked it down the road. I'm coming over in March, but I'm just doing a couple of stops. I'll be back later in the year as well.
We're doing I think we're doing October for our Death Valley party. Oh. It's going to be big this year. Last year we had some disappointments with Chad and Brett Erickson not going, but it was still fun. And it was nice to be in charge of the cocaine for a change.
Yeah.
So as much as I missed him, I also appreciated that I was doing. I got more cocaine than we had the year before, and then two of our best players were not able to suit up.
Yeah, drugs in the desert always sounds good to me. Anyway.
Yeah, it just happened, I didn't, there's only like the Death Valley dust and everything. If I wanted to do more coke, I couldn't have put it in my head. So it was like, but it was just nice to be in, I did miss those guys, but it was nice to run the pharmacy.
Run the pharmacy.
The year before it was all got, it was like here they gave it to me. I was holding it, and then Brett says, "I'll hang on to that," and then I never did hold on to it. So I'm not saying he was hoarding it, but it was a source of controversy for sure. But it was mainly Chad was upset about it because we couldn't ply our friend who was so generous to us up in Alaska with any. And then this year I took care of him. So we'll be good for the rollout. Hey, look at that fancy ass deck.
October in the desert then, Carl, is it? Oh.
Yeah, last year we went in November, and it was just there were too many tourists, and I guess October is a better time for less people. Just, I mean, I don't mind the people, but they mind us.
Wait, game in 2 minutes, Andy.
Yeah, fuck, is that perfect timing? Just have
Good
time.
fucking timing, boy. That's fucking sweet.
You've I didn't know if it'd be 5-10 minutes, but you've given us a lot of time and a Twitch stream as well in one. So go and enjoy the game.
100, boom, 0-3. I'll get it set up and
Nice.
sign off here. It's on 8. PBR? No. Fuck.
I could watch this all day. I could fucking literally watch this all day.
Damn it. Bull rat. Have you seen the movie Menu yet?
Not yet.
Love
Pretty
it.
Did you see it?
Good stuff. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. I didn't know what it was until it had, the weird stuff started happening. I'm like, fuck yeah. I thought I was going to fail on it, but I enjoy dark turns for sure. Damn it.
Yeah, I'll get that on tomorrow. Maybe I've heard good stuff.
There it is. All right, it's still pre-gaming.
Christ, you're still tailgating.
What's that? Yeah,
but Christ, you're still tailgating. Yeah.
I'm gonna skip dinner tonight. I'll take it, because if I say I don't want dinner, it's like a long conversation or whatever. I'm just gonna eat this pizza, and when dinner comes, I'll put it in the fridge for another time. I don't want to share any with her neither. That's how you know you're not in love at all. So you don't want to share anything.
Yeah, keep that pizza for you. It looks too good.
I also suspected that she went into a bookstore, this is a few weeks ago, to take in books to sell. And it's like she goes in there, and I'm sitting in the car right by the door, and a guy, he's not wearing a mask, but he has it like low, but like a hockey, like a scary mask that's down over his neck. He's in I don't know, like a kind of a dress, but like a samurai looking thing with a weird mask, and he had a sword, and he walks by and he turns and goes into the book, and I did not get out of the car to investigate at all. So that's probably not good husbandry at all.
Sensible, I'd say.
I mean, I figured if he took it's like, I guess this whole whether we'll accept blood or not is going to come into play, huh? Look at this. Come on.
Oh, hello.
Come on.
Pussy, pussy, pussy.
She's not sure about the internet. And then my old fat ass.
Hey, there she is.
Chilling.
She's still thinking about sitting on them stairs and what she did wrong. But I know if she would have went downstairs right away, she would have gotten a lecture. And I just said, let's hang out here, let the sit blow over. But when you think you sit on one stair, shame on you.
Beautiful.
Shit on 3 or 4, then shame on the stairs. She'll do it again. She don't give a shit. All right, kitty. All right. Well, I'll let you guys go.
Andy,
Thanks for having me on.
Thank you. As always.
And I'll see you on Twitch.
Yeah, we'll see you down the road. Take care, man.
Thanks for promoting my thing too.
Oh, of course.
I love you, brother.
Take
right.
care.
Love you guys.
See you, Andy. See you, buddy.
Stay on drugs, baby.
Woo! Well, I expected maybe 10 minutes. We got 2.5 hours of Andy, maybe 2 hours 40. Took us for a ride, took us for pizza.
Incredible.
I found the pizza place, Mod Pizza, all over Portland. Go there. It looks phenomenal. I could have just sat in there and had a real bottle of Coke and a fucking pizza.
Yeah.
I would have.
Pizza as he was doing. I was like, I wanted that pizza instead of my pizza.
I would have gladly shit blood 2 hours later to eat gladly.
Yeah.
Hold on, dog.
That was fucking great though, right? That's
awesome,
Twitch.
yeah.
That's like Twitch stream in the making for that guy. Incredible. Fucking loved every second of that. Absolutely brilliant. I could listen to him talk all day.
That's all he needs to do is just, all he needs to do is do an hour or two on his phone wherever he is, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I know. I could literally fucking watch that all day, every day, and just fucking go with the flow. Like every morning, wake up and just put that on, rather than the fucking news. Just get my news from Andy Andrist and just listen to what he got to say. Fucking brilliant. Wild as fuck. I was not expecting him to jump in a car and go to a pizza place to get pizza, and that was fucking brilliant. Absolutely incredible. He's one of those guys, right? That he doesn't need to do a lot or say a lot, but he does say a lot and he does a lot, and it's just fucking hilarious. But even if he did little to nothing, he'd still be fucking great.
I get the feeling he didn't want to listen to the wife today, so he just wanted to hang out with us in the car while he got pizza.
Chill the fuck out, man.
He's going to have and not only will he have a great Twitch stream, he's going to get a ton of followers immediately because Andy is up at like 4 or 5 a.m. Pacific time.
And then that's morning
wide awake, right? So he's going to catch a lot of the Asian people who are up on Twitch. He's going to catch a lot of people, and the
Chinese midgets.
Yeah, so he's going to have a lot of followers.
And once he starts doing things like he could go to the weed store and chat to the guy and all that stuff, and get Trey Strong in the chat and get the weed community in there.
Yeah,
amazing. Sure. I think we've just witnessed the birth of Andy Andrist's Twitch stream. It's like literally.
It's nice. I kind of knew he would, because when we spoke to him like 3 or 4 months ago, we did a drink-a-thon. He was like, "I don't know if I want to do comedy or do anything." We're like, "Yes, you fucking will. Give it a few months."
Yeah.
It seems to hit all at once, right?
Like imagine Andy getting high and going to the hardware store.
Oh yeah. Looking for nails and wood and shit. That'd be fucking amazing. Yeah. That was fucking great.
He needs a pen for the retarded kid he's got at home. We need some chicken wire and 2 bits of 4x4.
Stupid stuff. It was just fucking brilliant, man. Like even that, like when he said in the pizza place, name Andy Dufresne, just straight away. To me, it was fucking hilarious. Just simple shit. I love it. It's brilliant, man.
There we go. Last shot, everyone. I believe from memory, it's at Andy-Andrist for Venmo. I can't do Venmo for the UK. I can do Cash App and PayPal, so I can't Venmo. But I'll maybe I'll give him a fee if I can get him to have a PayPal or something like that. I'm sure he's got one.
Andy Andrist last shot, and the artwork is by Brett Brock, baby.
If you like,
it is.
If you like his special, if Husky Boy, obviously, if you like his special, go give him $1, $5, $10, whatever you can afford. I say.
Oh, your fucking Amazon Prime subscription once a month. Just click the little button and fucking free sub to Brett Brock, Husky Boyo, and do your thing.
So his special money from last night paid for his lunch. Basically, we need to get him. We need to get him more stuff, and then. By the time he does something else, he's gonna be in and around fucking people that are helping him, like Letterman and all that stuff anyway.
Yeah.
And if we get a hint that stuff's coming, just pitch in with sharing shit, editing shit, whatever. Just make sure that he doesn't get a company that's going to give him 1 day of Instagram posts.
1 day. How did this come about anyway? So 800
pound gorilla.
Fucking gorilla. So did they contact him? Did he or Chaley or someone say, "Oh, this is what you should do," or what was the score? How did this come about?
Billy Wayne went with them, didn't he?
Yeah.
Ah, okay, right. So how did this thing come to Andy doing his last shot on YouTube? Was that through Billy Wayne as well, or just?
I don't know who reached out to who.
I was going to ask him earlier, but he got so many fucking, like, you want to listen to him talk. I feel like I do not want to interrupt him or talk over him because I want to hear him speak.
Yes.
I meant to ask, but I was just so fucking intrigued by what he was saying. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, I probably just heard about it through maybe Billy or someone and got in contact with them. But I know the kind of platform. We've got one in the UK, but it's not, they don't, these fucking platforms, man. There's one in the UK called Next Up, and Chopping did a special on that, right? It's actually quite good. During COVID, it's quite good. Another comic that I hate filmed it. He's Spanish, you know who he is. Very big in South Wales and BBC and whatever. Anyway, it's quite a good little special, but they put it on this platform called Next Up. You've got to sign up for it, right? It's free, but then they'll bin you for the subscription every month. Like there's one that Augie Smith went on like that. Is it Dry Bar or something? I signed up, watched it, and cancelled the fucking thing straight away at that though. But what they don't do is then put it out for free later, which I think they should all do, because you're only going to get limited views on those subscription platforms, and they should all of them put it on YouTube after 3 months, 6 months, whatever it is. So I don't know whether £800 are going to have a paywall for some of their stuff or whatever, and allow you to have clips and control, control over those clips and control over what clips go out, right? If you want to put clips out, you should decide how it's edited and just give them the clips back to promote. That's what I would do, because they're not going to know where to cut it on a weird shot or whatever.
Yeah,
that's stuff he was complaining about as well. You just need eyeballs on it, so those companies can help you. If you in a couple of years for us or something, it would be good to get I would probably say yes to almost any platform, because they can get some more eyes, but you just got to be careful of what they do, because they might not promote it. They might only put it up on the page for a day or a week, because they've given it to 100 other people as well, and they're just rotating people around. So it's tough. And to put it on your own channel, you need to try and get enough eyes on it, which is tough unless you've already got a bit of a following. But so we're trying to build it a little bit, one by one. One by one. Every little subscriber, it's like, oh, subscriber.
Yeah. But I suppose with like Shane Gillis and Mark Normand, they had like Joe Rogan in their corner at the same time. So it's kind of like they had the little push as well.
Oh yeah. But they're at a big level of being independent. Like, they were as good as it can get. We're putting a YouTube up. You don't need that, but if you're starting out, you need something. You need like a 10% of that or whatever. You can't just have 100 people watching it from all over the world, because it's not going to help you. It's nice that 100 people are watching it, but you need people that will remember you and then go, oh, that's the thing. And then they see you at a comedy thing. Oh, yeah, we'll buy a ticket for that.
Yep.
Or just do something that's good. So, yeah, it's just you've got to be careful, because there are a lot of sharks around, companies that claim to help you and then kind of do, kind of don't.
Mos Def, baby.
Mos Def. Oh, Zoop, sorry. I wasn't reading many comments out, guys, because Andy he's on a monologue, and there's a delay anyway. So sometimes when we're trying to speak it, the trip that I kicked down was going to be 3 cities, but I'm thinking of cutting it down shorter and to 2, to New York, and then go and see Brett maybe, because hopefully some comedy in New York, just because financially. And I'm taking another trip as well. So now I'm going to make both short and cheaper and do less. But that's what I want to do. And then I'm going to go back later in the year as well. But I'm still waiting on my fucking passport to come through the post. It's got to come in the next few days. So I'm a bit stressed about that. But yeah, just New York and probably Nashville this time. But it's going to be, nice to come out, because it's been so many years. And I'll do a few bits and pieces around New York is the plan this time.
Concrete jungle where dreams are made
of. Baby, I'm walking down by the Brooklyn Bridge.
Word for word.
Yeah,
that was exactly right.
The bridges have food enough to fill my fridge. I know this song. I used to listen to that at work years ago for some reason, that whole album, and then recently when I've been like emotional at 3 o'clock in the morning, I've been finding that sort of stuff and playing on Spotify, so I've kind of been listening to it recently.
New York. That's not a bad song. Alicia Keys is kind of good, man. I don't mind.
She's talented. She's cool. I like her. She's very talented. She doesn't. She is actually talented though. So she's not. Just talented,
She actually writes her songs, plays instruments and shit. She's good.
Yeah,
I like her.
I think I played that going into New York for the last time on my little MP3 player in 2010. New York.
Concrete jungle where dreams are made of, and nothing you can do.
Baby, I knew ya. YouTube boys like this.
Jamie.
Yeah.
I said that Jay-Z and Beyonce was on fire. True story. Maybe it was a syphilis. Maybe it
I
was.
got thrush and my pussy was on fire.
Yeah. They are the original lyrics, apparently, on a notebook. That's what they are.
Agreed. Absolutely. Brett's
We're gonna
picking
get
up there, dude.
we're gonna get Andrist over here to do Fringe or some comedy fest. That'd be fun. We could do that.
Yeah.
We should do that next year, maybe.
Yeah. See how things go out. See what goes on. See how many shows we get in. I got all fucking Bull Lake with Brighton. I got to either change venues or change dates.
Ah. Oh my! I'm fucking tired, man. I'm
Of
like,
course you are. Of course you are. It's 9:30 p.m. on a Saturday. Of course you're tired.
yeah. I've been busy decorating my house, baby.
Yeah. That's what happened. I ran 4 miles, done some shit.
Yeah, I gotta do some form of exercise. Like literally need to because my joints are seizing up, and I'm just like.
Yeah, that's what
lazy.
happens. That's what happens if you don't do anything and you drink and you sit around.
That's the problem.
What you got to do, walk Hank a little bit faster when you go out for a bit. 10, 15 minutes, just start there. Just start there. You don't have to run a fucking marathon. Just start, see what you can do, see what makes you tired, see what makes your fucking legs sore, and do a bit more the next day or whatever.
That's the only thing. That's the only exercise I have. My exercise literally is taking fuckface for a walk, and I'm just like, I'll do. It's not good enough. I got to do more. Carl's jogging. I'm gonna jog. I might do dry February because it's less days in Feb, right? So I mean,
yeah, your reasoning for not doing dry January was like, well, tomorrow's the 1st of January, and you've got to drink on New Year's Day. So,
yeah, pretty much. Maybe I'll do dry Feb.
I would say don't fucking overextend yourself. Like have a week off or something.
Yeah. Do
you know what I mean? Because if you're drinking a lot, just start with a week and they go, okay, I did a week. A few months later, you could do, I'll try 2 weeks or just like have little breaks.
Yeah, maybe a week off. A week off every month. Just 1 week every month. Just fucking.
Or you can even do like 3 days there, 4 days there, like either end of it, like just time off. I bet after a few times you'll feel better after doing it. You have a bit more energy and stuff.
100%, most definitely, yeah.
I hit a wall with that. I can't. I had like 6 nights in December where I smashed it, and I did smash it, but I can't do that every month even. I'm fucked now. Yeah, I feel better for not being on it at the minute, but it's just I wasn't drinking all the time before that anyway. So
yeah.
I still love it. I love drinking. I love the buzz. I like being drunk. I like saying weird shit. I like tipping bourbon and beer down my stupid face. What we eating there, Brock?
Orange, Tangelo.
Yeah, why not?
Cooking a little something. I'm going to have a little bit of food in a bit, but I've got some stuff going on over there. I'll eat soon. Yeah, good times. Yeah, I've got some energy, Zoop. Earlier I did the Twitch. I wasn't feeling like going out, but the run helped. And then when we came on, it was pretty cool. And then when Andrist come on full of energy, it's given me some energy as well. So
yeah, that was perfect. That was perfect.
And I can remember 3 hours and 40 minutes into the podcast. I've made little notes to clip out. I'm not going to wake up with a hangover or come in tomorrow and all the fucking laptop's still going and I'm still streaming and there's food all over the floor like normal, 100 beer cans. It's nice. Yeah. A little vacation.
Hell yes.
But I am looking forward to the next drinkathon though, so we'll work on that. Let's get January done.
Get Jan done, and what we'll do, for when you two are back on the off the wagon, we'll do Dust Till Dawn Watchathon, and then we'll do a fucking drinkathon afterwards. Plan?
Yes, I think that's pretty good, and I think for Dust Till Dawn, I might get some beers and I might get some bourbon in, because I feel like I should drink whiskey with Seth and Jacob.
Yeah.
In
tequila
in the titty twister.
Yeah,
Jacob.
We'll do it.
I want you to have a drink with me. No, I will not. I insist. I want you to have a drink with me.
Yeah. We'll do it. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do Dust Till Dawn. Brock will be off the wagon. You'll be off the wagon. And we'll We'll have a bender.
I like thinking about drinking. I do like thinking about it.
Mm.
And that's going to be great when I do that. And like I said, I found 8 speakeasy bars in Manchester. There's 8 secret bars. It's kind of secret. You got the toilet. There's one in a laundrette. There's one in a barber shop. Apparently downstairs is a fucking club. So I'm looking forward to getting into those. We'll have to go in a couple of them when you come up, Jamie.
Oh, most definitely, yeah, 100%.
We're definitely going in the toilet pub.
Yes.
And hopefully end up in Bunny Jackson's. They have a big security outside, so we can't be wobbling around. But if we can get in there, we can stay in there.
Get in, stay in, be good. Heads down.
This piece of shit broke my finger and my nose.
Yeah. George Clooney's a badass motherfucker.
Well, it's Quentin. He broke his finger and his nose, and then Tarantino kicked him when he was down. I think. Hi, how you doing? You like that? I hope so.
That's right. Yeah. Mangled his ass up. I'd be happy to do that. What? I'd be happy.
It'd be great to talk to Cheech. Wonder if Mind Dog can get Cheech on, because he's had Chung.
Yeah.
Is Cheech around? Is he compass? Has he got dementia? What's going on, Cheech?
Oh, he's alive. He's on Twitter. No, not often, but he's alive. Hey.
I just talked to him about Dust Till Dawn, I think.
Yeah. Why?
Is it 2 characters or 3 he's got in there? He's got the border guard and the titty twister guy. 2.
Yeah, there's a couple. It's a couple.
Just a bit where he's closing the thing on Juliette Lewis, and he's closing it, and he's just like...
Yeah.
It's like the...
Just peeking over the shower. Yeah.
Excuse me, do you mind?
Shut the fucking door, please. That's brilliant. Shut the fucking door, please. She called me a fucking nut. Oh, God.
So much fucking bullshit. So much bullshit popping up on my phone. I need to sort these.
Hanky.
No, Hank. So much bullshit on the phone popping up. I need to. Something's happened. I've activated something else that gives me extra fucking reminders about everything. It's a nightmare.
Hope their families die in a fucking airplane crash. Fuckers.
Blessed and cursed with a super fast metabolism. Yeah, but exercising will help as well. Get those joints going.
Yeah. Gotta be done. Got to be done.
Didn't when I come round, someone brought a kettlebell or something, and you said you just use it as a doorway, like wedge the door open.
Oh, yeah. Years ago, my mate Wayne, who was in the party, he gave me a big 12-kilogram kettlebell years ago. And he laughed because the kettlebell he gave me, you could see in the garden, and it was rusty as fuck, and I just used it to prop the shed door open. And he was like, "Oh, that cost me loads of money, that did."
You could have been Rogan by now with a beard. Little squat fucking ape.
Yeah. No, it's a big fucking huge 12 kettlebell fucking thing. I literally use it to keep my shed door closed. And he came over for the party back in October when Carl was down, and he looked, he was like, "Oh, I gave you that years ago." I was like, "Yeah, it's great to keep my shed door closed." It's like, fucking hell. I used it a few times, but yeah, I haven't got the physical dexterity to swing kettlebells around.
Yeah, don't go straight into kettlebells because you can hurt yourself.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get one. I've got a sandbag in it, but I do like them. But the gym is literally 2 minutes away. So I've been once before Christmas, but at least I went. I'll go after my trip and get back over there and start getting the kettlebells and start.
Kettlebells are great because Kitty's auntie, who I live next door to, she's a kettlebell instructor, and she got a really popular class from this way. And I went there years ago. I was doing it like 2 or 3 sessions a day for weeks. And you know what? The definition within no time, you can just tell it straight away.
Yeah.
And I felt really good about myself. I just
the swings, right? If you just do kettlebell
Yeah.
swings and that's it, you can get into shape-ish just by doing that every fucking day.
I remember one
There's
day
loads of
coming
stuff you can
home,
do.
I had a shower and this was like a few weeks after doing it, and I was just like drying myself down. And I caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror. I wasn't posing. I went, oh, I could see like definition lines. I was like, oh, this is good.
Hence, Jamie.
Yeah, and then I just sort of stopped going. I was just like, yeah, but you could see, it was clear definition, and it was just like, this is fucking brilliant. I thought I got lazy again. I thought I ain't gonna go anymore. I like getting
it gets easier to lose it and harder to get it back every time.
Yeah.
Fellas, it's time that these dogs keep want to go in and out, in and out, in and out. So I'm gonna peel off, and that way I won't be taking these headphones in and out, in and out,
All right,
in and
man.
out.
Well, cheers for hanging out.
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
Peace,
Have a good night.
Nice speaking to you, Brock boy.
We'll see y'all very soon. Thanks for having me, guys. We'll see you
later,
later.
babies. See you
All
later.
right. See you. All right.
Look at this. I can take you over here. Look at this sensible ending to a podcast,
normal, natural
people peeling off.
Brilliant.
But that has to be 10 hours.
Yeah, 3 hours 50. That was good. Yeah, I'm gonna go shoot off in a sec. You got food cooking as well, yeah?
I got some pasta going. I got some couple of sausages in the old oven. I put them in the oven because I didn't want to get them frying them to keep getting them up. But I'm gonna have pasta, sausage, and pesto like a student.
Beautiful times. I'm gonna have some more cold pizza now. I've had warm pizza. I'm gonna finish off cold pizza now.
Get it in there.
Just eat good pizza, baby.
Chat. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all that shit. It was good to see Andy. I literally asked him before I went for a run. Thought he'd say no or 10 minutes. He came back to send me a link and he was on for 2.5 hours. Took us out. So fucking well done to Andy. His special's up to about 2,300 now. So we'll keep getting that up. Hit 10,000 as soon as possible. And buy some fucking merch and all that, and PayPal me at nonepstein@gmail.com, and I'll share it with Jamie, whatever you send me.
£2.80.
So I will end the broadcast, guys. Thank you very much. If I feel weird, I might kick up. If I feel weird, I might kick up Twitch for no fucking reason if I get bored. But for now, I'm going to eat some food, and I'll see you guys down the road.
Cheers, pigs.
Later today or tomorrow. So, any last words, Jamie, for the oinks?
Don't be a cunt unless you have to be a cunt. In which case, be a really big cunt and kill the other cunts. That's all I got to say.
I think we should all research 11 Munchkins molesting Judy Garland. Good night.
Yes. Good night.